Welcome back to another episode of the C.P.E podcast. Season 2, baby. I am your host, as usual, Chief Chris.
What's going on, this Jay? Welcome back. Yo, it's the most Waterfall Bill.
Studio and make the greatest song of all time.
Welcome back to another episode of the C.P.E podcast. As usual, I am your host, Chief Chris, A.K.A the Creator Chaos, A.K.A Mr. I Don't Give a Fuck, A.K.A K.I.D.D. Hey, you already know what it is, A.K.A the Bronx Bushido, A.K.A Chief Himothy, you heard, and A.K.A what's the other one? Oh yeah, Lord Chiefus in the building, you heard.
And the Nas Israelite.
Oh yeah, and A.K.A leader of the Nasralites. Leader of the Nasralites, you heard? And as usual, I am joined by my co-host. Why don't you take it away and let them know who you be, baby?
Well, 2 weeks in a row, we're missing Jordan, but I'm here. Hold it down. And we got a special guest today.
Yes, sir, man. And like my man Dan said, Jordan can't join us today. He's dealing with some family issues right now. So we do want to take this time out just to say, get well soon and everything like that. And hope everything works out good for his family, So just start off by that. But now that we got that out the way, I want to introduce my guest for today. He is a returning guest on the podcast. He was on one of our earlier episodes, you know what I'm saying? This is one of my day ones. We go way back for about 20 years, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, about 20 years now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Damn near shit.
Yeah, because I was like 19 when I met you guys.
Yeah, what year was that? I think that was like 05, 06.
Yeah, like 05.
No, it had to be 05. It had to be 05.
Exactly,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So almost 20 years, you know what I'm saying? But yo, listen, this is my bro right here, Fabian A.K.A. 5, Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience once again for all the new listeners and let them know who you be and just tell them a little about yourself.
No doubt. Well, my name is Flea. They call me Flea out here in North Carolina. Originally from the Bronx. A.K.A 5, that's what everybody call me, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the X. Long story short, I'm a content creator currently on TikTok, and I'm known as Security Life 247. So if you recognize the voice or you recognize the face, that's me. And just working, bro, taking care of business. I got a trip to the Bahamas. I'm leaving Monday morning and I'm out there for a week. So you know what I mean? If I get missing, send a search team. Don't send a search team because I ain't coming back.
No, that's a fact, yo. And yo, so shout out to you, get ready to go to Bahamas. You and the lady is gonna take a nice little vacation and shit.
Yeah. So she booked this like months back, and it's like a 5-day venture. Never been out of the country. I've been out of the country, but I don't remember anything because I was born in PR and then raised in New York my whole life. So, you know what I mean? It's my first time going out of the country since like 4 years old.
Yo, Dan, you was born in Bolivia, right?
Yeah, I was born in Bolivia. I came here at 6 years old, 94.
Same thing, bro. I don't really have no memories of the island.
Yo, so Dan, you never been back to Bolivia ever since you got a little older?
When I was 18. So okay. That's it's like 17 years ago now. So it's been a while.
I think you did say that
as long as y'all know each other, basically. Yeah, but I haven't been out of the country either. I've been around the States, but not out of the country.
All right, let me ask you a question before we get into our topics. Bucket list of places that you want to go in the earth.
Ooh, I know for one thing, I want to see Tokyo, Japan before I leave this earth.
That's why you my brother.
Japan
for sure. And the only reason why I want to see Tokyo specifically is because I'm a major car JDM enthusiast. I love Japanese cars and the way that they do it. It's like an art form in itself. Japanese car enthusiasts are crazy, bro. They're crazy with it. It's beautiful. And I just want to see the city of Tokyo too.
No, yeah, for sure.
It's that food, man. Ramen and sushi all day, bro.
Right. And their culture, Japanese culture is like so like their societal views, the way that they have the same old traditional values in modern day era is, it's bulletproof. That's the only term that I could put to it. It's bulletproof. Their society is bulletproof.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact, man. I agree with you 100%, man. You know, Tokyo is definitely on one of the places on my bucket list. Yeah, because like I said, and for me, more because like I'm an anime head, you know what I'm saying? And, you know,
Right,
you know me, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
so like I'm just a huge anime head. So I always said like if I was to go out there, like I know majority of my time would be spent at fucking Comic-Con conventions and shit like that, you know,
Mhm.
just going to certain video game buildings and everything like that, you know, like I just want to see certain
The
things in
the
person.
crazy thing is that people that have gone to Japan have actually considered, and in some cases even migrated and remained in Tokyo, just living in Tokyo after they go there. They don't never want to come back. You know what I'm
There's a
saying?
bunch of
So
there's a bunch of YouTube channels where it's like black people who went there and then they just stayed there, been there for like
they
20
never came
years.
back. Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
they show you their lifestyle over there. So for
Hmm.
sure, yeah, I could imagine that 100%.
Yeah, I would love it. I would definitely love it. Another place I would say is like Greece or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Greece is just fucking hot. Like
Yeah, it is hot. It is. It
I
is.
But is
complain
it
about
humid? It's
Colorado.
not that humid though, is it? I think it's just
Huh?
hot. It's not humid, right?
I don't
No,
think
it's like
so.
dry heat. They say it's dry heat, like the South, like like North and South Carolina is just dry heat.
No,
Yeah,
okay.
like over here in Colorado, it's just fucking dry heat for real, bro. Like, yo, oh my
Right.
god. And then in Colorado, I swear, like I never, you know how like we from New York, you know what I'm saying? So we got seasons, you feel me? We have like legit seasons.
Yeah, we got all 4 seasons.
Over here in
Yeah.
Colorado, they have all 4 seasons, but not only do they have all 4 seasons, but you can get all 4 seasons in 1 week span. Like you'll get a nice spring day, you'll get a summer
Yeah,
day,
that's
a fall day, and then you'll get some fucking snow at the end of the week. Like, yo, wait, what? It was just like 80 degrees.
I got friends that have been to Colorado. They said in the mountain areas, it just suddenly changes, like from one day to the next. Like, I don't
Mm,
know. We got, matter of fact, it's off topic, but do you remember Keith from Daily Avenue?
yeah.
He lives in Alaska now. Did you know that?
Wait, what?
Holy shit.
He moved to Alaska and he
That's a
lives in
huge
Alaska.
fucking change in a lifestyle.
Right, and he says it's really not that bad, but you do know that Alaska has those like 4 or 5 months where it's
No sun.
no nighttime and no
Oh
daytime.
yeah. That's
You
when you
get what
gotta
I'm
take that
saying?
vitamin D. Pause.
Right, right.
Yeah.
No, real talk. And in Alaska, the state incentivizes you to move there to increase the population. So they give you a bonus stimulus check every tax year. So if you become a citizen of Alaska, you get paid to fucking live in Alaska. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
that makes
was
That's
sense.
this close to going, bro. I was this close to going. I swear to God.
the nigga said, how much is
It's a
that check?
it's a good option. Like, I'm tired of this shit. I'm out.
Nah, for
I'm
sure,
out.
man. Yeah,
And then, being a New Yorker, the snow doesn't really bother me because I grew up in that
mhm.
heavy snow environment. So I'm like,
But
fuck
it
it.
was actually snowing like in the 90s and early 2000s. So the last 15 years, 20 years is not snowing like that.
No, but it gets brick. You know what I'm saying? It
It
gets
gets
brick
brick.
ass in New
I'll
York.
take the brick over the snow though, in the city for
Right.
sure.
So that's something like I
Because in
can
the city,
handle the
the dust
temperature
is
in
just annoying.
Alaska. Hmm.
Yeah, Alaska's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, and just so you know, Fabian, my man Dan is also a New York native too, like us, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so he knows. Yeah.
he from Queens, you heard? So like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he right by the fucking water like us. We right by the
Eh,
damn water.
Exactly.
exactly.
Bro. I went up there last year. Well, this past winter, to bury my sister's father. And when I got there, um, it was like, yo, I can't believe that this is what I left. It won't even worth staying there no more. I'm like, nah, I'm not never living in New York again now. I'm too used to living in the South.
You know, that's the same way how I feel now that I'm out here in Colorado and shit. I've been out here for 3 years now, you know, and I have no intentions whatsoever of going back. Moving back, no. Going back, yes, I want to go back home, especially because I gotta go see Destiny, you know, say I
Yeah,
have to
I'll
see her.
visit, but I would never live there again.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I just so used to it. But hold on one second before we go any further on. Let me go ahead and drop this intro for the
No
road.
doubt.
You damned if you do, you can't please everybody. When I learned I can't please everybody, my life was great. I don't care what you think about me. Yeah, you wash, get out of here, suck my dick. I don't care, no homo. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Because you can't let the world dictate who you are. You damned if you do, you can't please everybody. When I learned I can't please everybody, my life was great. I don't care what you think about me. Yeah, you wash, get out of here, suck my dick. I don't care, no homo. I don't give a fuck. Because you can't let the world dictate who you are.
That's a fact, and that's why we are the C.P.E podcast, because we can't please everybody, and we don't aim to please everybody. We just here to smoke some gas and talk some trash. Make sure y'all go get some of that merch. It's still out there, still available for some of you guys out there, man. Go ahead there and show it in the background, you heard? You know what I'm saying? So, want to start off this episode first and foremost by sending out some prayers, condolences, and to Sinéad O'Connor. I want to send some love out to her. She just passed away recently. Beautiful, beautiful woman, beautiful activist for everything she stood for, you know. Listen, man, let me just play this song from her real quick, and then we can just go on to that real quick. Because, like I said, she was just such a beautiful person, such a beautiful human. And hold on, I didn't even put that. Yeah, there we go. Put this real quick. I love that song right there, man. Such a beautiful voice.
You know, it's funny. I never really heard any of her music up until you just played that song, and she kind of came off like Celine Dion. Like, you know, she got that flow. Like, it's just sad, man. I read up on the cases though, when her, you know, her kid went missing, and you know what I'm saying, passed on after. That's how I know of her, from the first incident with her son.
Yeah, you know,
So
go ahead, bro. Go ahead. No,
it's just sad. No, I'm just saying, it's just sad.
You know, she was one of those people who stood up for a lot of different things. You know, she had her battles in the political field, you know, especially when it came to like against Catholic churches and everything. She spoke out about child abuse, you know, she spoke out about a lot of things, you know, sexual abuse, you know, things in those nature. I think that still to this day, you know, that is just a huge problem on this earth, you know. So, you know, when you hear about people like her, you know, and things that she stood for and the things that she represented, you know, and your heart just breaks a little bit more, because it's like, yo, we lose so many of the good ones, you know, and so young too. You know, because if I'm not mistaken, she was what, 56, 50, around there, right?
Well, yeah, the crazy thing about it is that, and this goes back into the whole conspiracy thing, is like when you see things like that and you hear things like that, you're like, okay, she lost her son. And then I read in an article that her kids have came out and said before that she had told her kids, if for whatever reason you find me dead, you call my publicist first, not the police. And you got to ask yourself, well, why would she say that? You know, I mean, first of all, why is she telling her kids, you know, if I ever wind up dead, this is what I want you to do first? So it's like she kind of knew, you know what I'm saying, that it was going to come one day. And that's the sad part. And the second part is, it's like, she knows that by telling her kids that, if they call 911 instead of the publicist or accounting or whatever, companies will continue to make money off of you even more than what you did while you were alive. You know what I mean? We see this time and time again. You know what I mean? Like, look at the number of sales that DMX made after his death. You know what I mean? So it's just sad, bro. I don't know. It's too much of a coincidence. I
mean, we can go as far as to say, look at how much they still making off of the death of Tupac. We have a whole fucking new documentary out. Like, bro, do we really need another documentary on Tupac?
Or Biggie.
Well, or Biggie,
right?
Rest in peace to both of those gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not trying to be disrespectful by saying it, but it's like, yo, it's so many different artists out there whose story should be, whose story can be told, and you choose to revisit something. Heavy D, like, where's the Heavy D doc?
So wait, I got a question for y'all. Do you think that there was any foul play in the death of Sinéad O'Connor?
I haven't looked into it to say that, but whenever somebody's like, you know, politically aware against the government or the Catholic Church, you can't rule it out.
Right.
You know?
Well,
and you know what she was doing also at this time, because she's probably more low profile. But it doesn't mean that there wasn't no shenanigans that could happen with that either, you know? Because she still has a name.
Influential, right? So if she was influential, right? One would agree that, because the official statement from the police investigating the case, on paper, it says that they don't suspect any foul play, but they won't really know until the autopsy is concluded, and the autopsy won't be concluded for about 2 to 3 weeks from now. That's the official statement from the investigators on her death.
Which normally is the process, right? It's about 2 to 3 weeks.
It's normally the process, but what bothers me is that the detectives are outright saying, off of initial investigation, they don't suspect any foul play. You get what I'm saying? So this goes back into the conspiracy. Like, let's say the autopsy does turn up something. Will they actually tell us the truth, or will they not? You know what I mean?
Because it's even detectable. Because Hitman nowadays, they could do things where it doesn't look like it, you know? The thing like back in the day where like you're gonna see the foul play, obviously, you know?
Right. And then, you know, we talking about stuff like, you know, we're dealing with the Vatican Church, you know.
And we all know how they cover shit up.
Well, exactly. And here's the thing, like, the Vatican itself is a independent state, you know what I mean? Like, so they have their own politics, you know what I mean?
They cover their own priests who touch kids. Like, that's all you need to know. They don't need to protect their phone.
So, you know, at the end of the day, we would never really know, because you got government. Basically, it's the separation between church and state. You got the government, and then you got the church. So it's like there's a distinction between the two.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
No, 1000%.
What strikes me odd is that her son passed away. Not even what they said was a year ago.
14 months or so ago, he committed suicide.
Yeah, he committed suicide after being missing. Supposedly he went missing. He ran away, went missing, and then committed suicide. She spoke out. She, let all the fans know about that because I remember reading about that and I didn't know who she was. That's when I found out who she was. And then up until now, I didn't know that she passed away because Chris hit me up and I said, "Oh, she died." So I looked it up and I'm like, "That's weird." Like that right there is just weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? In of itself, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with Whitney and Bobby Whitney. You know what I'm saying? Her mama died and then she died like not even a year later. Like, bro, like something's up. Like it's up, bro. Something's up.
Bro, Obama's chef died in the water, and he's like a professional swimmer or some shit.
Right? Like it's just stuff that just don't add up, bro.
It's not that everything's a conspiracy, but you can't just read or hear something and be like, that sounds a little, a little weird.
That sounds sus. Yeah, it's sus,
Super
bro. That's just sus. But condolences to her family. I know she got 3 other kids that survived her. And as a parent losing a child, I couldn't even imagine what it's like losing a child. I don't even want to begin to think of that. But imagine being a child and then hearing that you lost a sibling to suicide, and now your mom or your dad passed away, and you don't even know how they passed away. Like it's just,
and you're barely grieving a year later,
Right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. So yeah, like you guys said, and this is exactly why I wanted Fab to come on this episode, because I know we about to really get into some shit today with this one, man. And I can't wait to see the battle between you two guys going on later on. Not for sure, man, because you guys are two of my
probably gonna be battling you.
You know what it is.
I know when we're gonna get into it. We're gonna probably get into it when we talk about the whole Shan business.
Which is coming up next, and thank you for segueing into that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to play this clip before we go ahead and jump into and start discussing it. So here you go for the folks out there. Just check this out.
One time for your mind, 2 times for your soul. It's your man, Sill. Check this out. I'm sitting here hearing that Nas is doing these motherfucking 50th anniversary shows, right? Nas, if you doing 50th anniversary shows and you ain't holla at your man, let me tell you something, man. Don't never mention my motherfucking name again. Don't put my name in your mouth about nothing. See, I'm not one of them niggas glorified by with money. I couldn't give a fuck how much money a nigga got. You put your pants on one leg at a time like me. I ain't glorified by the shit path. But I'm looking at it like this. You getting money on the 50th of hip hop and you glorify me and say, yo, Shan, this, and you ain't call me and say, yo, Shan, I see what you doing. I'd have did a show with you, motherfucker. You understand? But if you ain't call me and that whole roster is full, don't never mention my motherfucking name. Because guess what? I don't need Nas motherfucking accolades to make me who the fuck I am. I made me who the fuck I am before you was who you are. All right? It's just because I was in the portion of hip hop and I was the motherfucker and I ain't got the money you got. But I'm going to get it one way or another. But I don't need the motherfucker have no accolades from a nigga that put on 50th for hip-hop shows and don't call his man and say, and I'm not even your man like that. You dig what I'm saying? I'm a nigga that was part of whatever. I ain't gonna say we hung out and all that shit. You were too young. But if you putting on shit like this and you don't holler at your man and say, yo, I got a check for you, nigga, don't say my name no more. I deal on loyalty. I don't give a fuck about your money. You understand? If you ain't loyal, give a fuck about that. Do whatever the fuck to be done, however it has to be done. But I'm a loyal ass. You can't, if you want to mention my name and you don't want to be loyal to it and say, yo, let me put some money and feed this nigga, fuck you, nigga.
Oh, okay. All right. So there's one thing I got an issue with that. The only thing I got with that is, right, you heard what he said. He said, I'm hearing that y'all about to do this 50th anniversary, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I can understand he's upset because he's like, I'm hearing it through the grapevine, but ain't nothing really solid. Nothing's been solidified. And if it hasn't been solidified and it is about to be solidified, it's like you sending shots before even knowing if you're actually going to get an invitation. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's
they do have the list, the roster of the people that's going to perform at the 50th anniversary, but it's like a long stretch of artists. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna throw it back to you guys, right?
Go ahead.
First of all, you spend 2 minutes, my nigga, telling a nigga how much I'm your mans, and then you stop and say, well, you ain't really my mans though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we never hung out.
You know what?
We never hung out.
You know why though, right? You know why he said that though, right? Because Nas was an ultra fan of Shan growing up. That's why he always shouted him out.
Mm-hmm.
But so I get where Shan's like, oh, you over here
all the
shouting
Queens
me
cast
out.
out and stand out. So it's like, come on, Cormac,
Right.
everybody.
But hold on.
You know?
Wait. Because I'm gonna just call a spade a spade.
All right, let's
Shan
go.
was around out at the time of KRS-One. You know what I'm saying? And Big Daddy Kane and all of them, you know what I'm saying? Slick Rick the Ruler and all of them. The difference between them and him is that MC Shan didn't continue on in the rap game after that. Like, I'm gonna call it for what it is. Nigga fell off. Like, you know what I'm saying? He fell off.
He only had one album.
He said it. Right.
He
No,
only had
he
one
got
album.
he only had one album.
Yeah.
But he jumped on a few features, and supposedly this beef originally started. Well, not a beef, but this whole situation that we in right now that he's talking like this. Supposedly, word on the street is from back in the day is that when Nas got hot, they did like a mixtape or some shit like that, and they wanted to bring Sham on, but somebody that was in Nas's clique was like, "Nah, don't bring him on. Just bring Core Mega." And one of the dudes was like, I don't know if it was Nature or Jungle, was like, "Well, you can't bring Core Mega and not bring Sham." And then Core Mega said, "I'm not going to do it unless Sham is on it." So when word got out that niggas was trying to cut Sham out of the track, you know what I'm saying? Sham been salty ever since. I'm telling you, this is exactly what the word on the street is. So I feel like this.
So we talk about a beat that
anniversary
stands
shit,
about 30 years then, because that's in the 90s, obviously.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, this whole 50th thing is like, I feel like he's just trying to get clout. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
This is before the Bridge song, right? 2001.
The what now?
The Bridge,
What?
2001. When they redid the bridge. That's before
so
that.
when they went to go, when they went to go do the bridge, right? I think there was a song before that or that one where they did not want Sham on it. And they said they wanted Core Mega, but when they brought it up to Core Mega was like, if Sham ain't on it, it's gonna look disrespectful. I'm not gonna leave him out. I want him on it too. And then for nothing, because all the critics said Core Mega and Sham had the weakest verses on the whole fucking track. Like, I'm not saying that. This is what the people saying. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
the people was like,
I'm gonna have to show my boy Shan some love today. I'm gonna have to play a banger from him today. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. I'm not saying he trash. I'm just saying
I know, but I'm
saying.
just saying that nigga, yo, because you know what it is too. Like I seen him on Drink Champs, right, a few months back. A fucking drunk mess over there, crying, boogers coming out his nose, and you seen the episode, Dan? It's like, yo, like nah, like
every interview he does, he's like this, bro. He's always like
trying to give him his flowers and his props and everything. Nah, fuck that. I don't want that. I don't want this. Like, and then he constantly speaks about the money situation. I don't want your money. I'm gonna get there. Like, nigga, obviously it's about the money.
Okay. So boom. If we're gonna talk about the money, right? Let's talk about people like Fat Joe, Big Pun, Cuban Link, Terror Squad, Armageddon. Just not to sidestep, but just to show how the relevance is, right? So from what it sounds like, when he's saying that, it's like he kept trying to stay independent and didn't want to sign. So when you keep saying, I don't want to care about the money, I'm gonna get it myself, it's like you want to continue down the independent path, but then bitch about the independent path. You know what I'm saying? You got to put the time and the money in. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got the money, then you got to put the time. But I don't know. Life happens. You know how these celebrities do. Motherfucker from the hood get famous, fuck a few bitches, get a few bitches pregnant, winds up sidetracking, blowing money. I done heard it from many different celebrities say, you know, he was doing the whole shit with Young Buck. They said they had to cut him from G-Unit because he kept catching fucking cases. How the hell you gonna go on tour with a contract and you out here acting like you're still in the hood? My nigga, like, you rich now. Stop doing that shit. So I think that's Sham is literally bitching about the circumstances that he put himself in.
I mean, shit, look at 50 and his situation with Smurf.
Right. Smurf chose to stay in the hood.
Smurf kept getting arrested, and 50 was like, yo, I can't keep bailing you out, my nigga. Like, you got to understand, once you get to this certain status in your life, my nigga.
That's why 50 left that shit. Yeah. I say this every other episode. 50 always leaves.
I never forget what 50 said. 50 said, not only, it wasn't an issue of bailing him out, it was an issue when we bail a nigga out, the nigga don't show up to court and I lose that fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Because when you renege on a bond, you forfeit the bond money.
The bond money, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So nigga putting up bands for your ass to just come in the studio and record, and you over here fucking up the money, yo. At the end of the day, hey, it's not personal, it's strictly business. And that's why Smurf was sour. Like, but I
can never be mad at a nigga for him making the right decision, not only for himself, but for his potential business. Like, we got like another example was with 50 with the G-Unit clothing line and everything like that, and how these niggas didn't want to wear the shit. He's like, but I'm giving y'all niggas checks for the brand, and you wearing Gucci, Fendi, and everything else, but your shit. Like, nigga, rock your shit.
Yeah, you wearing all this shit for free, and I'm paying you to wear this shit. Like, that's crazy. I don't understand that.
If they have video footage of that meeting that 50 Cent talks about and that thing he's talking about, I'll be fucking watching that shit all the time.
Yeah.
He told them, look under the table. Y'all wearing everything but G-Unit sneakers. And you're getting checks from this. Like, that makes no sense, bro. You know?
It doesn't. It's the same thing when the situation with Rockefeller, when this is on video, Dame Dash was cussing them niggas out at the Summer Jam back in the 90s because they were wearing Def Jam shirts and they were Rockefeller. And then
the jacket like, too. The jacket.
Yeah, he was like, what the fuck are y'all niggas doing? Like, we're not wearing no Def Jam shit. This is Summer Jam.
Especially because Dame Dash is always fighting with Def Jam to, you know, for them to like have their own shit, you know? Even though, like, you know, together.
Who the fuck, like, I'm paying y'all to wear Rockefeller Rockaware, and y'all niggas is up here wearing Def Jam fucking jackets and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck out of here with that shit.
That's like being a McDonald's employee and then going to work in Burger King with a McDonald's shirt, my nigga. Like, you really bugging out here right now, bro. Like,
I like the Whoppers.
You wearing a whole Best Buy fucking uniform. You going to Target to buy your electronics. Like, my nigga, what's your uniform? Like, what are you doing?
And the way that MC Shan's acting, the way MC Shan is acting in all the interviews I've ever seen of him, why would you even want to like negotiate with that dude or like bring him on? He seems like a pain in the ass.
He should have just threw an olive branch, like, hey, listen, I see the roster. I love the success. I was wondering, can I just come?
Can I get on?
Just pick a verse.
Yeah.
I want to feel some love.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like,
I
I don't need to perform.
I mean, because you think about it too. Go ahead,
I
bro.
promise you, they would have probably they would have paid him homage at the fucking ceremony. They would have probably played one of his songs for him and then sung it out for him, like in memory of him. You know what I mean? Because he's a legend. He's a legend.
He's a legend. He's a pioneer when it comes to especially for New York rappers, like him during the Juice Crew era, you know what I'm saying? Like they all came out with different styles. You had Cool G Rap, you had fucking Big Daddy Kane, you feel me? MC Shan, Biz Markie, RIP to Biz, you know what I'm saying?
Tragedy Gaddafi.
You know what this sounds like to me?
Gaddafi, you know
this sounds like to me where it's like me and you are cool, but then me and Daniel have a falling out and you're still cool with Daniel. So now I'm picking on you because you're still cool with Daniel instead of being my side.
Yeah,
that's what this sounds like.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because it goes all the way back. Like I said, somebody had a falling out with Shan and they told Nas they don't want that nigga on the track. And then they just wanted Cormega. And then Nas was like, nah, that's not gonna fly. Cormega ain't gonna want to do it. And Cormega said, I don't want to do it unless Shan is on. So, you know what I mean?
Can you imagine how annoying that is? You're like, yo, I want this guy on. This guy doesn't want to do it, but this guy isn't on. And that guy's not gonna do it if this guy doesn't. Like, it's like, bro,
it's
just
none of these it's little kid shit. It's little kid shit. Like when we play baseball, like, oh, I'm not playing if he's on my team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I see you rocking that Yankee fitted. You heard? Like you already
know it. It's a snap because I got the ponytail going again.
Yeah, me too. I only rock snaps up now too, man. Because I put the pony to the back also.
It's too hot out here in the country for a fitted. You fucking turn to a baked bean out this bitch.
I just got a couple more things to say on this situation, and we can get out of here and get on to our next topic.
No doubt,
but my thing about that too is that Shan, one thing about you is that everybody who knows what you've done for the culture respects you, you know what I'm saying? And like one of you guys said, I think it was you, Dan, that said that he could have reached out. No, I think it was one of y'all guys said, reach out with an olive branch, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what's up? I heard you guys is doing this. Can I get on too? You know what I'm saying? You would have gotten a much better response because I'm not sure. See, that's another thing too. I hate a lot of these old niggas getting on the internet now to bitch about some of this shit, bro. Like, if Nas is supposed to be your man, you know what I'm saying? Why you don't got this nigga Math? That's not your man like that. You feel me? Like if that's your man.
He said that. But he said that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, and you could easily hit this nigga in the DM, like, yo, listen, blah, 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 blah. Y'all putting this on. Can I get on too, my nigga? Like, I want to eat too.
Right.
Yo, my nigga, for sure, for the bridge.
But hold on though. It's not about the money though. So if it's not about the money though, why was it hard for you to reach out and be like, yo, listen, I don't even, do you think that I could just come and, you know what I'm saying? The most you could, if you didn't got the money to show up, then you could be like, yo, can y'all just pay for my expenses to get there and participate? I don't even want to take no money away. Just let me. And I'm pretty sure they would have flew him out. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure.
Still smoking.
Huh?
Isn't Shan still smoking that shit?
I don't know,
because he looked kind of cracked out. I ain't
even if you remember the Beat DVD, they were like, oh, people are saying that you're still like doing this, that, and third. He's like, it don't matter what I'm doing. I still got my chains. I still got my shit. I'm chilling.
True. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody has their own vices. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
But the way he acts with that's the issue. If he didn't act like that and he still does that, and you maintain your composure, then nobody cares. I don't know who do coke and have 7 kids and take care of all the kids, do their job and shit like that. So not the issue with the substance.
But then you also got to think of it like this too. It might be because maybe his name was brought up in the meeting, right? When they started to do the listing. And somebody was like, well, judging by his reputation, he might cause a scene and we don't need that type of PR, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. So a lot of niggas that are OGs, they feel like the niggas be selling out, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, bro, you got to have a sense of decorum. You're around people who are not in that lifestyle. They're just funding that type of environment. So it's like, that's like walking up to Bill Gates and being like, yo, what's up, my nigga? You can't talk to these billionaires like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And also running a show is already hectic as hell. Dealing with artists, everybody will tell you, dealing with artists is it's ridiculous.
It's a nutcase. Yeah, it's a nutcase.
And to deal with
really
add another one who already doesn't even act the right way, it's just like, I see why people don't fuck with certain people, So it's like...
Or people like, oh no, you're the guy that was working with this guy and you fucked me on this album and I don't even want to be around you. I think that's what it is.
But you hear this shit so many times to this type of story, This guy had a problem with this guy, so he didn't fuck with me. And then it's like, it's diva shit, to be honest, Sometimes like this shit that happened that like you can't be mad about, that's why people have rifts. But some shit is just like small shit.
It's like seeing beef play out from like 30 years ago, like you said, Chris, where it's like, y'all really beefing from like 30 years ago, bro? And this guy don't even know you got beef with him.
And they haven't run into each other since then, probably. So it's like it's not even really beef.
That's
I
another
don't
thing
like you.
too. Like he's not, and you know what? He's like, I don't care about you and you got this and you got that. Like that was just straight hate what this nigga Shan did, and that's fucked up because like if you really got to think about it, my nigga, like you know how much Nas loves Queensbridge. The nigga always up. The nigga always in the bridge. You feel me? The nigga did. Remember when he did his Kanye album? He was out there doing a listening party in the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like he fuck with the niggas. Like you never hear niggas talk about like Nas don't come around the hood. Nas ain't.
No, you can't say that. But the thing is also Nas is so big that you can't just be out there and you can't just be saving everybody and giving everybody this and that.
That too,
you can't put everybody in
but,
his album either, you know? Like you
but
can't
at the
do
same
that.
time, you got to think of it like this too. Like okay, why you never reached out? Why you never reached out? I've never heard Nas speak ill about this man ever.
That's a good point though, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So like, why is it that you didn't reach out? Or maybe he did reach out and there's this shit that we don't know about. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on Nas's response to this shit. You know what I mean?
I think Nas gonna ignore it.
You won't get it.
Ignore
at least not in the public. Nas is not that type.
Okay.
Nas is not
I
that
know.
type of nigga.
He'll talk about it in KT4.
My thing is, it's like me
Track 17.
That's like me hating on somebody like Cardi B or French Montana or Fat Joe, knowing they put on for the Bronx. Like, why would I, you know what I'm saying, go against the grain? Like Shan, you know, LL Cool J, rep Queens, Nas, I guess he took over the, you know, what you call that in a relay race? He took over the little relay pole and kept it going. Yeah, he took the torch and kept it going. Why are you mad? Like,
you know what it is too? Like, just speaking about some of those artists that you mentioned, Fab, I honestly believe, like, I know a lot of people say Brooklyn maybe, but I think the borough that has the greatest MCs of all time is Queens, hands down.
Yeah, you got Brooklyn. You can argue either one for sure.
But Brooklyn just had huge stars. They had like a couple of huge ones.
No, you can't say that, man.
No, because
you can't play. Bro, Sky Zoo,
so there's right. Like
there's a lot of Brooklyn.
I think it's just a difference with the swag, so to speak, the style that's different. So like, for example,
every borough has their own style and everything.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, you go to Brooklyn and you think of Biggie and you automatically go into the realm of dark, gritty beats. Like if you ever listen to any of Biggie's beats, they were dark. And then you go to like Harlem rappers like, you know, Cameron and Jim Jones, they were the flashy, and that's Harlem. Everybody know Harlem is cocky and flashy. And you go to the Bronx is like, nigga, I stomp your skull in. Like, you know what I'm saying? With Terror Squad, like, you know what I mean? Stab your head with your nose bone. You know what I'm saying? And then you go to Queens and Staten Island and you got lyricism, you got wordplay, where it's like, New York as a whole, and a lot of niggas out here in the South, they get mad when I tell them, don't ever tell me about hip hop because it was born in New York. So nothing these niggas is doing now could ever compare to Brooklyn, Queens.
Every region always gets mad at New York, bro. And every single post on Facebook, every argument online, they always get mad.
Right.
Just because y'all started don't mean nothing. If
we didn't still hold the crown though.
That's like, I mean, put every rapper in New York versus any other state. You're not fucking with me. You're not. I'm sorry.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy is I can't say that Queens has better rappers than Bronx and Bronx has better rappers than Brooklyn, and it's because it's like
I love my home borough.
No, I
can say
that
that Queens got better.
I feel you, but I'm just saying, like, that's like me comparing Big Pun to Pitbull. It's no, you know what I'm saying? It's no comparison. You get what I'm saying? That doesn't mean to say that, well, Big Pun is a way better rapper than Pitbull, because we're not saying that Pitbull is a trash rapper. We're just saying it's two different. It's like a guitar player being compared to a violin player. It just cannot be done. You know what I mean? The skill is just different. You know what I mean?
It's different levels.
But so like saying certain cities got better, I mean, I can't. You know what I mean? I just look at New York as a whole. Like when niggas, I don't think a Nas would automatically think that, because Queens was on fire that year. No, I just know New York is just putting on point blank. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the same way with the sports teams. You know, it's like Mets, Yankees. I hope they both win.
Right. I don't care who wins. You know. Now, if you ask me who my team is, I'm going to say Yankees. Of course, you're going to ask me, well, who's your favorite rap group from the 90s? I'm going to say Terror Squad because I grew up listening to them. But I'm not going to say they're better than Bravehearts because I grew up listening to them niggas too. You know what I'm saying?
Terror Squad is better than Bravehearts.
I don't know, bro, because like I said, they had hits after hits. They put out multiple hits.
Bravehearts had multiple what?
They pulled out a lot of hits.
Back down. That's it. Like I love Jungle. I love was it
Nature and all of them? Right.
No, they're not Braveheart. Braveheart is just
no, I know, but they were collaborators.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because they all used to scream Braveheart.
But Queens put on Nas put on the most fire album with the Illmatic shit when he was dissing Jay-Z with the Ether, and you know what I'm saying? Like that was the most fire fucking album for the whole country at that time.
And then
like,
Donut also on Godson. Who was he dissing?
Oh my God.
Cameron, right?
He just came on and he did Jay on that shit too again.
I never liked that beat, but when I listened to it a couple years ago, I'm like, this is a nasty, filthy fucking song.
Yeah, because it was like ahead of its time. It was like ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, zone down.
That beat
Yeah. I
is
remember that shit.
disgusting. It's out of the loop in that album, but as a song, it's just the beat's filthy, and Nas is in that "fuck you, I'm better than you" back. Like,
Yo,
oh,
that shit is
that
hard,
shit is
yo.
gross.
That beat, niggas said
There is no
forehead
song that you
yawning, yo.
could
The
ever
niggas went
play.
in.
I'm not gonna lie. This is now. I will say this: there are certain rappers that no matter what song you play, you know that this shit is gonna be epic, even if it's 10 years down the line. If you play Nas's fucking "Hate Me Now," no matter how old it is, everybody, if they've heard it for the first time, they're like, "Yo, that shit is fucking crazy."
Yeah,
Like, you know
That's
what
a
I'm saying?
record.
You're
That's a
like,
record.
what the fuck is this?
Right, and you're like, "This is dark." Like, this is
Bro,
fucking dark.
This guy said, "Blame God, he blew breath in me." Bro, how do you even make a concept or an idea in your head?
Right,
Like, shit like that. I write past the margin. That's why Nas is probably the GOAT, because he just says some shit that makes you go, bro, you could spend years writing and you still won't even write some shit like that. That's what fucks you up.
No,
you know,
you won't. You won't. It's
like
funny because
Nas.
I just heard Lil Wayne on a little clip. He was saying, and you know, Lil Wayne is one of the legends up there too. But the only reason why I mention this is because he said something, and Eminem co-signed on it. He said that sometimes he has to go back and listen to some of his songs to make sure that he doesn't say a bar that he said already, because that's how many songs these guys have done. That the amount of bars that they do, they try their best to not recycle them. That is fucking talent. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, especially like Wayne, because Wayne is like, he keeps the vocabulary very basic and the subject matter very, very basic. So he could like do the same bar again without even knowing it, you know? Where Nas, he's just more intricate, so he doesn't really say anything the same way twice.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Like, you never hear Nas really say anything the same way twice at all. He might talk about the same thing a million times, but it'll never sound the same, you know?
And then not only that, if he does revisit like a bar, he actually he comes back and says a bar after that bar, like, yo,
he'll compound on it differently.
Exactly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think also, and because I think about that too. And this is not another Nas moment, y'all. I know I did this to y'all last week. We did it to y'all last week. But you know, and I promise you, it's not a Nas banger today, guys. All right, I promise you that. But I just want to say this one last thing, and we can get out of here with this.
Go ahead.
But Nas, I think the thing about that is that Nas is, to me, the reason why he is the GOAT and he will always be the GOAT for me is because certain things that you guys just mentioned, you know what I'm saying? Also his just storytelling ability, his ability just to like he verbally paints for you know what I'm saying? And you can literally like be blind and listen to this shit, my nigga, and just be amazed by a picture he's probably painting in your mind when you're thinking about these lyrics, you know, and no disrespect to the people out there who has that disability, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys, you know what I'm saying? We care about you. Right. But yeah, so it's one last thing. I just hope Nas and Shan, because I don't think that it's funny that you said that, Dan, too. You said he'll just put it in King's Disease 4, because he did the same thing with Pete Rock, nigga. He said, I don't know what type of shit to make Pete Rock act like that. That type of shit make me want to get rap right back. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I don't know, man. You think the people like KRS and Shan, and you're like, yo, KRS are probably I don't be surprised you see a video where they interview KRS-One and they ask him what is he, and you know he's gonna lay it all out there. He's gonna
has an opinion for everything. He's definitely gonna say some shit about this.
Yeah, he's gonna say something. He's like, man, he probably gonna agree with both of y'all. Like, yo, you 30-something years over this nigga, and you acting. I promise you, he's gonna call it out for what it is. I promise you.
Yo, I think, and no cap, I think KRS is on this bill too to perform. So y'all gotta be fucked up.
So that would probably be the trigger if he sees OG rappers.
KRS's career is like top tier. MC Shan didn't have that much of a career. You can't blame people for
wanting to see KRS-One, you know. Hold on, I have the list right here, y'all. Let me just run through this list before.
KRS's catalog is retarded, bro.
Hold on.
KRS-One is
the Crystals album came out like in 2001 or something.
But see, you also got to pay attention to this. At the time that Nas was coming up, the rappers were rapping enlightened music. They were educating people with resistance, equality against the police type shit. So that's why Nas has remained in that same category. You get what I'm saying? All the other rappers, they talk here and there about police brutality and inequality and all of that. But Nas has been consistent since the days of Shan, KRS-One, Slick Rick, you know what I'm saying? Jam Master Jay, Run DMC, all these niggas always spoke out against. You know what I mean? So I could see why Shan is probably looking at him like, nigga, you a sellout. Like, I promise you, that's basically what he said in that video, nigga.
Nas steadily is always reading books. Freddie Fox had a story on Combat Jack show where he went to visit Nas after his mom died to see if he's good. And then like he walks in and shit and he goes, where's his room is at or whatever. And he's just like around a pile of books, just reading and shit, bro. Just like
reading.
Indulging and just like sucked in, bro. Like we do with comic books, he's reading books like that, bro. You know,
The
so
fact
that's
that
why
Nas is
the way he
considered the
raps makes
king of
sense.
queens is just crazy, bro. The fact that he's just considered the king of queens forever. Like you got 50, you got LL. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah,
Nas will forever remain king of the fucking queens, bro. Like it's
that's
just
a fact.
crazy,
Just like
But
with
that's also
Biggie,
about
it's
50.
synonymous with Brooklyn.
So I love 50 because
right?
50 last year, he was like in an interview like, Nas really that one, you know? Nas
Yeah.
is that guy, you know? So even during the beef and stuff, he'll talk shit, but like he'll give you your props, you know, when the time is just.
When people would ask me like, who you think would be a good battle between Lil Wayne and Eminem, and I would always say Nas, and they'd be like Nas. I'm like, they don't even think of him. They forgot about him. They forgot that this nigga spits fucking lava. Like fuck.
Bro, you don't want to
fire.
test Nas, bro.
Nah, that's
You only
a
test Nas
fact.
if you're Jay-Z or if you're gonna be funny like Cameron, because Cameron will just make a joke. Everybody's like, ah, ha, ha.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Right.
a fact.
It's not gonna go far.
Yeah, like when MGK came at Eminem, I'm like, nigga, you don't even got bars. Nigga, you talking about your beard is weird. Like that's
Your
fine.
beard is
Don't get me
weird.
wrong, but it's like
People were like, I like the song more. It's a battle.
Yeah.
Whose
Right.
bars were better? Like this is the one time he just bars. You know?
right. Like when they do y'all remember when Freeway battled Cassidy and Freeway was like, yo, put the beat on? Like
With the
this,
beat
this
on,
is the type
yo,
of-
yo, that's
it's
how
like-
old we are. We talk about that battle and specifically the Freeway and Cast.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come
If y'all
on, bro.
niggas
We from a
wasn't
different
outside,
era.
if y'all wasn't outside for that era, don't talk to me about hip hop, dog. Real
Right.
talk.
Don't talk to me about rap, bro. Please
But
don't.
hold on, this is the bill right now. All right, so the bill, and I think it got updated too, but so far this is the one that I found. And this is the one that's gonna be going down August 11th. You got Run DMC headlining on the top. Snoop Dogg, Lil Wayne, Ice Cube. Then it says Queen of Hip Hop set. Eve, Little Kim, Remy Ma, and Trina. Then you got other performances by T.I., Fat Joe, Common, ASAP Ferg, EPMD, Ghostface Killer, Lupe Fiasco, Slick Rick. You also got DJ Kool Herc, and Cindy Campbell, Grandmaster Caz, Curtis Blow, Melly Mel, Roxanne Shante, Scorpio, the Sugar Hill Gang. They got battle. Some of the DJ sets that's gonna be there is gonna be Battle Cat, Clark Kent,
Oh wow.
Manny Fresh, and Marley Marl.
So these are all bricklayers. These
Yeah.
are all like, you know what I'm saying? These are just a few of the names that paved the way for hip hop.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I can understand why Shan feels away because he was in that era.
But
like I
KRS
said,
One
he
is not
could've-
even on this bill either, so I guess he can't be.
No, I
confused with that
understand,
one.
but I
No.
understand, but we don't know if maybe they already reached out to KRS-One and he was like, "Hey, I can't do it." You know what I'm saying? Do it for the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But that's like KRS-One coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, niggas ain't got me on this list." Like really, like we all know who's a GOAT. You
And
know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
even gonna hold you. I know for certain some of these guys are gonna have special guests with them. You feel me? Like
Right.
Snoop Dogg set alone, Lil Wayne set, Ice Cube set. Like we may get a fucking reunion between Ice Cube and Dre. You know what I'm saying? Doing NWA shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. I wouldn't even be surprised if they fucking show up with Scarface and nobody's heard of Scarface forever. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't see Drake coming out at all. That's too much. I think I see
Drake?
there's more of a chance of Cool G Rap coming out than Dr. Dre, bro. That's crazy.
really?
you know,
really?
the crazy thing about it
You
is
think Dr. Dre's gonna come? I don't see
I
that
don't
Drake
think he gonna
coming
come
out to do a song or two with Ice Cube. I don't see that.
they did.
I could see
Did they
him
do a
with
tour
Snoop.
after the movie though? They
Yeah, but
after
that's a
that movie
big
came out.
tour where they're actually gonna do shit. Dre's like this.
Oh,
Come on.
They gotta
He's
tell
not doing
this
it
is-
just
Nah, I don't know.
first.
I don't know. Drake
I
has
wouldn't be
to come. He's a
surprised,
fucking
but
legend.
no, for sure.
I wouldn't be surprised either. But to say that I don't think he would go because he don't want to is like saying Russell Simmons won't show up. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It could go either way, but I just
could
don't
go
see
either
Dre
way.
taking his time out to be like, I'm chilling in my $1 billion house. I don't need to fucking do a
I
show in
could
New
see
York.
him coming out to perform with Snoop. You know what I'm saying? I could see him
Yeah, with
coming
Snoop,
out
I would-
like,
That would
can
be
see
crazy.
that.
Don't get me wrong.
I
I
can
can
see
see
him coming
Snoop
out
in
with
that.
Snoop.
Yeah.
And
with California
before-
Love. Oh my
especially
God, my
I
nigga.
would see Snoop before I see Cube, and I would also like if he who should not be mentioned, if he was performing on this card, then Dre would come out for him too.
Right. But I mean,
You know,
we'll
Voldemort.
see. We'll see. But it's gonna be all over YouTube, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, and because like even if you think about it too, Fat Joe, I mean the fact Remy's gonna be there, so of course Joe's there too. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
But Ghostface, I'm pretty sure Ghost is gonna pull Raekwon on stage with him too. You know, shout out to Raekwon too. He just got married too. Shout out to
You
the
fucking see Method Man. You might see Redman pull up. You know what I mean?
you know what I'm saying?
Shit. You might see RZA. You might fucking see RZA pull up. You know what I mean?
Exactly, like not for sure, man. It's just so many. It's just so many different opportunities for different people, especially even with the DJ sets. Because like we mentioned, Marley Marl,
right. You got Clark Kent. You got Clark Kent up there too. Like, you know what I mean? Shit. All they missing is Green Lantern. Don't be surprised if Green Lantern show up. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, and with Marley Marl, then you could bring Big Daddy Kane. You could bring Shan. You feel me? Like, who knows? You know what I mean?
Big Daddy Kane performs all the time, so he's ready.
He's ready. You know,
MC Shan doesn't look like he's
a
performing
huge
shit.
Big Daddy Kane. My pop says that's the best fucking rapper in the era was Big Daddy Kane. I was like,
Big
shit.
Daddy Kane did a show in Russia. They have like this b-boy event over there, and like he did a set, Lord Finesse did a set, most after the set. Yo, that shit was.
And they were
Big
going
Daddy Kane
crazy.
stays on fire. Yeah, and he was also in the BT Awards too. He killed that shit.
But he's in performance shape though. Especially when, because you remember when they did the verses, him and KRS-One, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, that breath control,
yo,
the cats at this age at 20 years old don't even have breath control, bro.
But you know
this
what's
man's
crazy?
like
to see these two people, to see these two legends be able to come together, it's like nostalgic because it's like they were out, they were dropping hits, they were the only ones. And it's like for them to, I know in their minds, they're like, yo, we was really bugging the fuck out 20, 30 years ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the era was completely just memorable. It just never changed.
And they stay performing though. They stay performing shape.
Right.
And the fact that you mentioned Russia too, like they always talk about how much overseas love they get. You know what I mean? When they go out there, like they like you'd be surprised, like if you go to Germany and shit like that, you know, and then some German kids you just walk up to you, you know, and they just start spitting your shit to you, like, oh, these little guys really fuck with, because that's the thing about it too, because like they around the world, hip hop is the #1 genre, you know, we already know that. It just got to clear that, you know. But the fact that these people, some of these people even learn English by listening to rap music,
by listening to the music.
That's crazy.
And we're talking about the front runners in hip hop. We're talking about the front runners. These guys are the ones who literally started like the whole shit. You know what I mean? The fact that they're gonna have, you said Grandmaster Flash gonna be there, or you said Kool Herc gonna be there.
That's the guys.
You know what I'm saying? You got Kool Herc and you got Cass. This is when rap was fucking underground and they were doing parties and abandoned warehouses and you know, right? Like niggas was getting locked up for rapping back then, bro. Like this shit is crazy, bro. Shit is crazy.
And there definitely cannot be a fucking 50th anniversary without having Curtis Blow in his card. That's number one.
Yeah, you
like,
gotta, you know,
because he's the OG. He's the one who the first ever signed me. You know what I'm saying? So like.
I just want to give a shout out to Craig Mack because I know Craig Mack would have been in that motherfucker too. Craig Mack would have definitely been in that motherfucker too.
Shout out and rest in peace.
His first album, Easy Mo B, his beats on that album, oh my fucking God, bro.
Yo.
Easy Mo B laced that album with banger after banger, bro.
What trips me out is that when you play the music from back then, the rappers today can't rap on those beats to save their life, bro.
because they need the beats to carry them completely. You know, it has to tell them the emotion. It has to have the grand thing in the middle and in the beginning. Like, there's no nuance in the beats, and then the artist trying to create something with the beat.
Yeah, and it's just too repetitive too. They just repeat the
what
same
I was gonna say is repetitive.
Over.
Like, especially like, no, this is no disrespect to anybody's region, you know, but certain South, and then people can say the same thing about East Coast. Oh, all we care about is boom bap beats. All we care about is that gritty shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's not that. I love all types of beats, but it's just once it becomes starting to sound repetitive, it's like, yo, come on, all these South niggas all got the same style. Like, if you go to DJ Premier, you cannot tell me a DJ Premier beat and you they send it to you and Pete Rock sends you a beat and you be like, oh, this Pete Rock beat is the DJ Premier beat. Like, you cannot. Tell me
that's another thing.
Like, everybody has their own sound. Like.
Yes. And then even then, when you give a rapper nowadays a beat, right? And it's whatever they want to call it, boom bap, style, crump, drill, whatever they want to call it, right? It doesn't, and you hear another rapper on another song. It's to the point where I can't tell if this is this rapper or another rapper when it first starts because the beats sound so closely related where it's like, wait a minute, I thought I knew that song and it's not, it's a whole other song, but the beat sounds identical to the last artist. And it's like, there's not really no flavor there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's if you listen to Lil Baby beat and the Baby beat, they almost sound the same. Not shitting on them, but I'm just saying the sound, like you said, is like, who this, Lil Baby or the Baby? Like, who this? And then you won't know until the bars start dropping. You recognize the artist by his voice, not by the beat. You know what I mean?
People be saying that DJ Premier's beats sound the same, but Premier has made a beat for everybody. East Coast, West Coast, down south, Asian cats, European cats, Christina Aguilera, fucking the remixes for this, that, and the third.
All that.
The only thing that's similar is just maybe the drums he uses because he reuses his drums. He doesn't make new drums every time he could be like Jay Dilla. So that's the only thing you can say.
Shout out to, I was gonna say
just the drums. Jay Dilla will make new drums per beat usually, which is fucking.
We definitely gotta give him some props, yo. Because R.I.P. to Jay Dilla, because
that's the best producer in my case.
Yo, he's if you really think about it, yo, Jay Dilla, he could give you so many different sounds. Like you like, yo, Jay Dilla did that. That's crazy. Like he was just so yo, man. Shout out to him.
When you grow up and you find out that he did Find a Way, you're like, well, shit.
Right. He did. So when I was listening to rap and I first started freestyling back like in the early thousands, late 90s or whatever, the hottest two DJs at the time that I know of, that I can remember that was constantly putting out beats was Sycamore and fucking Green Lantern. You heard Green Lantern on every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? But none of these guys' beats sounded the same no matter what rapper bought a beat. None of them. And then you would have to be like, oh shit, that's a Green Lantern beat, or oh, that's a DJ Phantom beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't know who the fuck was doing the beat unless you heard the name of the DJ on the track. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
But
Green Lantern got some classics.
I'm surprised they didn't show, what's this guy's name? Darkchild not going there. Like, niggas was sleeping on Darkchild.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
Darkchild
Like,
is dope too. Yo, he definitely helped. Yo, he was like the life support for Brandy's career. Like,
right,
like at one point, Brandy was like done at one point. Like, and then she came back with Darkchild, and it just brought her right back to life with the Full Moon album. And then from there on,
he worked with Monica. He worked with fucking Tony Braxton. He worked with
yo, we are so geeking out right now. We are so geeking out.
We are.
Oh my god, yo, man. But shout out to all those MCs, all those DJs, everybody that we just mentioned, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, once again, Nas, Shan, hope y'all get it right. Make sure Shan gets some love. Like you said, also make sure KRS get up there. BX, you know what I'm saying? What's up, man? You know what I mean? Like, what's up? And they should have them niggas do the battle right there, son. Nah, KRS will eat him alive. Because KRS One as a performer, like this man is all right. Let me stop.
Because KRS One is like this big, MC Shan's like this big, bro.
And that's no disrespect.
A fucking walking monument, bro. It's crazy.
The real issue is that today's listeners, and this is not me shitting on the generation today. This is just me saying for what it is, right? A lot of the things that these rappers used to say will fly over the heads of so many. You get what I'm saying? So they'll be like, and they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Because their vocabulary is so fucking limited now on the music they listen to that the vocabulary of back then was like Nas, KRS-One, Shan, you know, fucking Rakim. Oh my God, forget it. Like the shit that these niggas say will fly over these young niggas' heads, and they don't really want to hear that. And it's because they've been dumbed down. And I really believe that rap has been so dumbed down to the point where talent is no longer precedent. What's precedent is
100%.
Can you give me like a little 30-second jingle, and that's all I want from you is a 30-second jingle.
Not only talent, but talent and skill.
Right.
Talent and skill is the lowest part. Is all about your notoriety and your fucking fame right now. You know, they care more about that big megastar than they actually do about the skill and the talent. Like this, y'all gonna get me going.
Well, the thing is too is that most lyricists, they have a lot of references. So if you're not hip to the references, you're not gonna get the point of the bar or the whole theme of the concept of the song. Like Killer Priest has a lot of heavy historical references. So half the time I have to look shit up to like make sure what the fuck he's saying to make sense with the bar he's talking about, you know? So different rappers, depending on what they're into, they have a lot of references, you know? Some rappers are just good at like going in the middle, you know, but some are just very heavy.
Just like when Nas, perfect example of what you're saying is when Nas dropped the Savali track with Marley. They didn't know what the fuck he was referring to. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know what the fuck he was referring to, but people like us that was in that era, we like, yeah, that's what's going on now, and that's what's been going on. And you know, they said it was a conspiracy theory but now it's really playing out. So it's like they don't understand that.
You hear a song 5-10 years later, the same song you've been hearing your whole life, and you're like, oh, now I get that reference because now I just found out about it out of randomly. You saw a movie, you heard the thing, you read something like, oh, now
you're like, oh, now I know what Nas said. They're microwaving and everything, canning it, and they're just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Nah, for sure. Hell yeah. Like, yo, listen, man. Like, and before we get out of here, one more thing I want to say too. No disrespect to the youngins when I said, you know, about the skill level and everything. No, because I do like some of these niggas are nice. Like you got some guys like Corday. Like Corday is nice. You feel me? Like
there's always nice guys. There's always Jay Grams. Jay Grams is nasty.
You know, I mean, like Grams. There's a lot of young guys that's still out that's coming out. You know, saying that's pretty dope. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm really a big fan of Lil Baby. I'm a big fan of The Baby. I'm a fan of NBA YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying?
I like Lil Baby.
21. You know what I'm saying? They got some
21
shit. Listen
is
to their hardcore shit. Yeah, listen to their hardcore shit. But when they on that, that I'm like, all right, cool, you got that. But like, I want to hear lyricism. Like that's just me. That's just my preference.
All right, guys. You know, so listen, we're gonna have to talk about these women real quick, you know, and this ladies first documentary that's coming out, guys. First of all, you guys, you read up on it?
I did, and I know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm trying to understand why was Missy not in it. I can understand Nicki, but why not Missy? That's ridiculous.
According to them, and what happened was when they tried to get Missy and Nicki involved in this project, neither one of them was willing to license over their music or their videos for them, I guess, which they put it into the documentary, you know.
I mean,
different parts different parts from their career, you know what I'm saying? So they want to insert this part right here when she did, you know, probably certain interviews and everything, you know, maybe like some different back then to now, you know. There's probably, I don't know how they doing this, you know what I'm saying, but I am excited.
It's money issues. That's what it is.
Yeah, and so I mean, and then the fans, of course, you know, the Barbs, you know what I'm saying, my peoples, you know what I mean, shout out to us.
But wait, I could believe that from Nicki, but I can't really believe that's the excuse for Missy because Missy is for the culture, always been for the culture. So I don't see her.
Let me put a wrench in there. I think it was DJ Premier. I think on the Combat Jack show also. Or it was Freddie Fox. I think it was Freddie Fox actually again. There was a party and Melly Mel sees Missy Elliott and he wants to give her flowers, tell her how much he loves her music and everything she does. He went up to her to tell her that, and he was like trying to tell her that shit, and she just looked at him in disgust, and walked away.
Well, who did this? Melly Mel, you said?
Melly Mel wanted to give flowers to Missy Elliott, and she just walked up on him.
Well, you gotta take.
And Melly Mel doesn't like nobody, bro. So,
but see, here's the thing though. So now you gotta ask yourself, what do these artists know about each other that there's a line between them that they will never collaborate or never cross over to one another because of whatever they know about each other? You get what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of shit coming out now, and I don't want to get too far off, but if she turned him down, I believe she knows something. And she's like you said, she's like, oh, I don't want to fuck with this nigga at all. Like, fuck him. Like, you know what I mean? So
the only thing I know about Melly Mel is that he still thinks he's the #1 rapper and he'll beat anybody. That's the only thing he talks about. I've never heard anything else bad about Melly Mel. That's the only thing I can say.
Right. But like I said, you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So like,
no, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
We're talking about what we know though. So.
Yeah, because the thing about it too is like, even though we, like when we get into beef, you know what I'm saying, like with somebody that we may be cool with and everything like that, a lot of us don't even tend to run straight to the internet and be posting about the shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll just like that's good. Missy and them, like if they got some kind of like whatever, she ain't gonna run and tell anybody about it. Like she's very private anyway.
Yeah.
Missy moves so secret. Like Missy really moves like a ninja. Like Missy would pop up in one state, be at some event, be like, yo, Missy was there. Word? Missy would go missing for like 2 years. Missy would pop back out. Yo, what's up? I'm still good. Yo, y'all love me still? All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back out. Missy Elliott is the Andre 3000 of the female set.
Yeah.
Yo, Andre comes out every couple of years, my nigga, and it just be like, yo, let me drop a verse real quick, you know what I'm saying? Play some flute for y'all. Like
or
you
bring
see
an
Andre
artist out, or they bring an artist out, and you're like, oh shit, that motherfucker's working with Andre, or that motherfucker's working with Missy, and it's like, yeah, you're right, they do. I never knew that Missy for years was battling with health conditions, and when I saw her after so long, I'm like, I don't remember Missy looking like that. Missy then turned into a whole nother person overnight. You know what I mean? But it was years, you know what I mean, of silence. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
I feel like if she didn't work with Melly Mel, right?
He was battling his, and then he lost his life.
Secret.
Rest in peace.
In secret. There's a lot of people that I don't know. I just feel like if they're not putting them on the list, I think for Nicki, I could foresee that it was probably some money with the licensing. She wanted probably a cut or a bigger percentage. Because Nicki has been on her podcast talking about how the industry be trying to fuck people over, how they fucked her over so many times. And that's the reason why she's so
she going
straightforward. Yeah, she's just so straightforward with the business. Now I look at Nicki like the female 50. I said what I said. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I can see the attitude.
That nigga said, I said what I said. Nigga,
and it's not because I'm a Nicki Minaj fan. It's just because I've seen her interviews. I've followed her music. I've always been a fan of hers. And this is not from a bias of being a fan. It's just listening to her and then following her career. It's like, Nicki's not playing with niggas no more. You're not going to dupe her over the head for nothing. She's going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else gonna get paid. Y'all gonna make money off of me, and I'm not gonna get PC. That's a New York mentality. You can't take that away from her.
Especially because like she's the #1 selling female rap artist of all time. You know what I'm saying? Even though her, saying that all her albums are rap albums is debatable, but she's the #1 selling rap female artist of all time. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, though, let me ask you a question, and this is gonna be very interesting. We spoke about Missy and Nicki not being on this documentary, right? Do you think that Nicki and Missy, who's on your female Mount Rushmore? Is Nicki and Missy up there somewhere?
I know Missy would be up there. Okay. I don't have Nicki up there, but I do have Queen Latifah. I do have Rah Digga. A lot of people sleep on Rah Digga.
I fuck with her.
I got to put Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim, and if I had to put one more, it would be two. It would be Salt and Pepper. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? These to me are the most well-known, paved the way for the women in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like I just got to keep it real. I
feel you. All right, what about you, Dan?
Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, Jean Grey. I guess I'm gonna go with Foxy. I think there's someone I could put over Foxy, but off head, probably Foxy for my 4th spot. But I gotta put Jean
Right.
Grey in. She's the illest female lyricist of all time. No one's she could handle any male MC.
Anybody.
Yeah,
Anybody.
yeah, Jean Grey
Especially
is
MC
dope.
Light. MC Light was destroying bitches. Like,
Yeah, and to me it was like MC Light, then Jean Grey, like MC White for females. Like,
hold on. Who's the girl? I can't remember her name, and I'm probably gonna get lynched on the internet behind this. But she's famous for the song Roxanne, Roxanne. A lot of people don't know about this girl.
Roxanne Shante.
She's yeah, that's her name, Shantae.
Yeah.
She's from that era too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't even know about her. That's the crazy part.
Well, if you don't know about
I met her at Roosevelt. I went to get some bubble tea, and then I look over and I'm like, that's fucking Roxanne Shante.
That's
Roxanne. I saw her and I'm like, man, I know that. Like, I just seen her like in a documentary too. I think it was the beef thing, we're talking about in beef one. So it was like around that time, and I'm like, that's fucking Roxanne Shante, just getting some bubble tea, chilling. I'm like, this motherfucker.
Right.
But I want to bother her. You know, I don't like bothering people when they're in the middle doing their thing. You know.
Yeah. Similar situation. I met Heavy D. I was at his stepfather's funeral procession. I was somehow, some way, some people knew his family, and they were throwing like I guess you could say like an after party after the ceremony. And I was, my foster mother was very close friends with his aunt. And we used to work for her on the weekends. And I met Heavy D at that ceremony, and I did the same thing. I didn't really want to approach him, and he approached me. And then he was like, "You know who I am, right?" I was like, "You're Heavy D." Like, you know what I'm saying? And he signed the Puerto Rican bandana for me. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to these are legends. These are legends. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like,
Heavy D needs to get a whole documentary, a whole like. He needs to be celebrated way more, bro. He did way too much with way too much. The production he's done alone, bro. The production alone, bro. Not even just him as the artist.
The fact that he was a big man and he was so talented with his dancing too, like he was,
him and MC Hammer, bro,
yo,
were the only two that were killing it.
He put it on for the.
Can you imagine the verses with both of them dancing against each other, bro?
Yo, facts, yeah. And then they could
We're talking about Bobby Brown. We're talking about Bobby Brown and shit.
No,
like,
bro, if you really want to talk about it, my nigga, a lot of niggas from that era ain't seeing Heavy D in the verses.
No, they're really not. They're really not.
Like yo, Heavy D got bangers. Like,
yeah.
But one of my favorite songs of all time, and it's not just of his, but just one of my favorite songs is "Now That We Found Love."
Oh, that was come on, bro. Heavy D worked with so many people. He worked with the Beach Boys. Do you guys remember the Beach Boys?
Oh yeah,
the Beach Boys band. He worked with them. I think he even worked with Michael Jackson at one point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how much. Like, bro, nobody's touching Heavy D. Nobody's touching Heavy D.
He did Guns N' Roses for Jay-Z.
Yeah.
That's
think about that, bro.
Fire.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I
97
forgot all about
Jay-Z with Heavy D on the beat. Oh
yeah. Nah, that's a fact, my nigga. Like, yo, Heavy D is one of them. Yo, we need a documentary on Heavy D, son. Dead ass.
I think they need to do. So they did do a documentary about the queens of hip hop, but I feel like there wasn't a lot of other artists that they touched on. They touched on certain artists here and there, but they didn't really give too much credence to. You know, they talked about Roxanne Shante. They talked about MC Light, Salt Pepper Spinderella. They talked about
the regulars,
TLC. You know, TLC.
Shit.
This is other rapper. Right. This is other rapper that I can't remember her name for nothing, but I think she was a white girl. And I feel like she didn't really get that much play because she was a white girl. But they said that she was nasty.
She from Queens, you said?
She might be from Queens. I'm not sure. If you do another podcast, I'll probably have it for you the next time I come on.
Nah, that's a fact, my nigga. Nah, for sure. And let me just
get. Are they talking about Little Kim? Are they even bringing Little Kim into this mix that you're talking about? The ladies of hip hop?
Yeah. She's in it. Let me see. Let me pull up the list real quick because
it's supposed to be a 4-part series. I think this is just for the first part. Maybe the whole thing comes out at the same time. I'm not sure. But that was just the first trailer, also. So it's not like
okay.
Also,
so they're not really giving out all the sauce.
Everything,
right?
you know. Yeah. So it's not even a list. I think it's just a story of all the lady MCs and how like it progressed since then to now. Because they have a lot of new girls too. They have like all the new chicks too. So it's like
matter of fact, who's the girl
like they have like Lotto
that was on the Martin show? You remember the girl that was on the Martin show that was the character Shanae's bestie? She's a rapper. Who was that? Remember she did, her name was like Kilolo on the show.
Oh, okay. I know you talking about. I don't remember. Damn, I know who you talking about. I remember the name.
She remember that they did an episode and at the end she did a performance on the show and her name was Kilolo. Her character was Kilolo. Remember?
I remember who you talking about. Yeah.
She's a very underrated rapper too from that era. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, they got these are some of the women that they mentioned so far. There you go.
Yeah, Yo-Yo. Yeah. Is it Yo-Yo?
Yeah.
No, hold on.
Is it Yo-Yo? No, I think it is.
Remember that she beat up Martin. She beat up Martin in an episode. She hemmed him up.
Yeah.
because they owed Shanae money or something like that. It was a funny episode.
Yeah, so they got Cash Doll, Tierra Wax, City Girls, Lil Kim, Young and May, Glorilla, Trina, Remy Ma, The Brat, Rhapsody, and more. So I guess they're gonna.
Oh, you gotta have The Brat, yeah.
Yeah,
So I see that they got new rappers and they got the legends up there.
Yeah, and for my
They will make
second.
They will make me happy if they put Chain of War in there, bro.
Who? Chain of War?
If
Yeah.
they put Chain of War and
See?
Ciroc, if they put Ciroc and Chain of War, I will give Netflix all my money for the next 10 years. I promise you.
Nah,
Because they're not gonna have Jean Grey in there. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, they're not. They're
gonna
not.
have her.
Jean Grey is way
They're
too
not.
underground for these motherfuckers, bro.
They might mention her name though. They might mention her name on the list. You know what I mean?
I ain't giving up hope.
Nah,
somebody's gonna mention all these other people's names.
Yeah,
Somebody's
because
gonna mention these
Cyrock, she's got to be mentioned somewhere in this.
people's names.
You know what I'm saying? Cyrock is another, especially because, you know, even people like Rhapsody, you know, saying she talks about such how big of an influence Cyrock has played on her career, like just what she represents, you know.
Ladybug Mecca.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of
Oh
MCs
my
from MC.
god.
And she's fine, bro. Ladybug Mecca just mwah.
You remember the girl that was on the Oprah show? I think she was on Oprah and she was talking about, she's a rapper, but now she became an activist afterwards.
Oh shit.
What's her name? Oh man. Soldier Sister. Oh, Soldier Sister.
Oh, Soldier Sister, yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't, bro, they gotta mention her too.
Oh
They
yeah, I
gotta
remember her
mention
now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Listen, there's a lot of the ones that they're gonna leave off this list, you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, you know. I mean, but it's a 4-part series, so that could be just the first, you know what I'm saying, one that they dropped that's gonna be on this one. And you know, who knows?
Just drop a mention, man.
You know, and like I said,
I mean,
if my
Queen
thing about that
Latifah
too
is
is
just,
that yeah, yeah, definitely for sure.
Bro,
Listen,
Medusa from the West Coast Project Below, like we could go down the list.
Bro.
So it's like there's just too many, man.
Nah, yeah,
so
for
many,
sure.
so many.
You're gonna have to, and if we talking about ladies first, like we gotta definitely put Lady Rage up there. You know what I'm saying?
Lady of Rage.
Yeah,
She's
Lady
gonna be in the
Rage.
show, I think, yeah.
Like, because
She was just in the BT Awards too, so with
Yeah.
Warren G.
Yo, I
so.
swear to God,
She
I
was
can't
fine.
get this white girl's name for nothing.
this
bro.
nigga
I
still
can't get
thinking about it too. Yo, but you know
because
what?
she's
Too?
from that era. She's from that era during the breakdance era. Like she's
Yeah.
a rapper during the b-boy era. Like I can't remember her name for shit, but she was causing a ruckus, and I think she was from New York because she was underground for a long time.
Mm.
I don't know her name.
Speaking of balance.
Nah, that's good. We get it next time. So yeah, so like I said, let me just get my Rushmore real quick, and then we can just get out of here. So for
I'm
that,
a
What's
deer.
your Mount Rushmore?
I got Latifah, I got and I was sitting here thinking the whole time too, and I'm like, I gotta put this person. So I got Latifah for sure. She's like for me, she's one of my favorites of all time, you know.
Right.
I'm gonna have to go probably MC Light. After I'm not even gonna like. I'm gonna go The Brat. I'm gonna go Latifah, The Brat.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna go who else?
You gotta go with Nicki, you're a barb.
Yeah, I mean, nah, but I'm not putting her up there yet. Yeah, Nick. Well, yeah, I gotta put it in Nicki, and then I'm gonna put
Missy.
Rhapsody. Nah, Rhapsody.
Rhapsody?
Yes.
Well, I
You
can
be
see
going
Nicki
for
because
Fab for Missy every episode,
Friday.
bro.
The Pink
Nah,
Friday.
Missy
the Pink
too.
Friday
Missy,
is just-
she be in my top 5. But you know, I just saying like, I don't know. Rap is my favorite female rapper right now. Like she is so fucking
Right.
underrated and so dope. Like I really wish she would just be like this megastar already. Like for sure.
Yeah.
I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like she just doesn't get appreciated enough, you know? But a lot of them don't get appreciated. Like, because even, I could even do an honorable mention of Cyroc, you know, who's another fucking dope. I love Cyroc. Like, I remember when I went to go see, I only seen it one time in my life, you know what I'm saying? I seen it when I came out here to Colorado. And I didn't even know who Shorty was. My girl told me about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my girl got tickets for us to go see Rhapsody, and Cyroc was opening up. You feel me?
Right.
So when we went to go see, like I found out about her on a car drive over there. I'm like, oh, Shorty got some bars, you know what I'm saying? And then when we went to see her, you know, and she been out for a minute, you feel me? And and then when I went to see her perform, my nigga, she killed that shit from that point on. Like I just went and started listening to some of her music, and my nigga, I'm like, yo, she is really...
music. I feel like the music during those eras, oh man, the rap, especially from the women. And I hear people complain about the rap from the women today, and I'm like, I know y'all not over here criticizing these women of today because the women of yesteryear were ridiculous and nobody batted an eye. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, bro.
The thing nowadays is that you only get one type of rap, whether it's the males or the females. You don't get a mix of it. Back in the day, in the early 2000s, you had a mix of everything. So we all got the taste buds filled up, you know. But nowadays, they push the city girl rappers and then the trap rappers. There's tons of. I can name you 20 rappers right now killing it. You know, but they're not putting up. It's not even like on the mainstream type of tip, but like hip hop publications, they should be giving more. You know, they should be giving more variety of the artists that they're promoting.
Right.
Just the ones who are
I got it. I gotta be honest. I think the hardest female rapper out right now is fucking Megan, because that motherfucker could spit.
Ooh, Megan Thee
You know what I
Stallion?
mean? Yeah, she could spit. I heard her, I
Oh.
think it was on the Sway in the morning on the freestyle, and she's a fucking animal. And a lot of people don't know this, but her mother was a rapper back in those MC Light days. And that's how she got pulled into the game. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well,
her
Q-Tip
mother
was trying
was
to
a
sign her.
rapper.
Q-Tip was trying to
Right.
sign her. And then
Right.
the
So
label didn't let
Q-Tip
you
was
sign
trying
her,
to
so
sign.
it never worked out. Yeah.
Right. So Q-Tip was trying to sign her.
Yeah, that's a fact. But I mean, I don't know. I fuck with Megan. She I definitely love her visuals. You know, her bars. I mean,
You a
Who
nasty
doesn't love her
motherfucker.
visual?
I'm just saying, my
Who
nigga,
doesn't
like,
love her visual? But
If you need some
I don't
visual,
really like her
have you
music.
heard her
Like,
hardcore shit? Have you heard her
nah,
hardcore
I don't
shit?
listen to Meg albums, my nigga.
Bro, Megan, just give her. I'm telling you, just give her a shot. Go listen to her hardcore shit on YouTube. You're gonna be like, yo, this is a Megan. And it's like Dan said. Like Dan said, I feel like what the industry does is like, no, we want you to push raunchy, sexy. We don't want you to push hardcore, because Nicki was a cross between hardcore and sexy, and I see that with Megan. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen that from a lot of rappers since Da Brat. Da Brat was a cross between sexy and thuggish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Lil' Kim was sexy and thuggish. Foxy
The
Brown,
Brad's
sexy and
still
thuggish.
sexy and thuggish, my nigga.
No,
Like,
I know, but I'm saying like
yo, you know,
music-wise.
you know what,
You
my
nasty.
nigga, yo, you seen her with the bandana on with the pregnant belly? I'm like, yo, this is what I wanted. Yo, if I ever wanted to
Bro.
look at a sexy
See,
woman like
I
that,
grew
my
up with
nigga.
the Brat. I grew up with the Brat being tomboy, thugged out.
Yeah,
You know
yo,
what
I
I'm
was
saying?
her and T-Boz from TLC, my like everybody loved Chili, my nigga. Mine was T-Boz. I'm like, yo, I love her
And
little
I can't remember
baggy,
what
like,
magazine
yo,
cover it was. I can't remember what magazine cover it was when the Brat did the bikini photo shoot with the pigtails. I don't know if it was Vibe, Double XL, or the Source, but that was the first time that the Brat did a photo shoot looking real sexy, raunchy, feminine in like a bikini, and dudes were like, "That's not the Brat."
that
You
was
remember
when
what I'm
she
talking about, Danny?
that's when she dropped the song that what do you like?
Yes.
That was around that time. What do you like?
People were sleeping on her. Remember, she was around the time of Immature with the baggy pants and the big t-shirts and the crop tops and all of that. So when she got sexy, it blew motherfuckers' minds. They were like, wait a minute.
Nah, for sure. Yeah,
and she's always been pretty. She's always been pretty.
Yeah, but
you know
nigga,
what I'm
like,
saying?
the bride she's still beautiful. Shout out to that woman. And congratulations on her baby, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Shout out to your wife too, you know what I mean? Like,
Judy.
anyways, though, so yeah, so let's get up out of here. Drake and Pusha T are back at it, gentlemen. Well, at least Drake is back on his ass. Pause. Right now, the fact that niggas, yo,
You can't take the New York out of Chris.
what do you mean?
Oh,
somebody said that Pusha T about to announce Drake's second hidden baby.
Yo, that's it. It's over. Yeah.
oh my God.
But supposedly this beef has started, right? So supposedly this beef has to do with the fact that and Pharrell got dragged into it too. I don't know how, but they said it had to do with years ago with Birdman stealing money from them, and that ever since then there's been drama. But I don't understand why the hell does he keep pushing the same drama? One would even assume that Drake is just trying to maintain some type of relevance, because I haven't heard shit from him. I'm just keeping it real.
It's because Drake has nothing to talk. Drake has nothing to talk about. He's never vulnerable, like he claims to, like people claim that he is. So he has to like do some shit to just stir up the pot. And then Drake fans, every time Drake sends shots, they don't say anything. When Pusha sends a little shot, they're like, he's obsessed with it.
Leave him alone.
He keeps throwing shots first.
Right.
So and done. You called Daddy fucking from Houston. We're done with this beef. Stop sending shots, bro. It's over.
My thing is this though, Chris. You said he's on tour right now. What is he performing on tour? Is it new music or old music? Because niggas be like,
last year.
So it's old music. It's a year-old music, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, well, he's promoting, and he just announced too. And I'm not a Drake fan at all, y'all. So let's just be clear.
I'm not saying that I'm a Drake fan or not a Drake. I like his music.
I like his music.
I like the nigga.
Exactly.
I don't like his music, and I don't like him. Fuck that guy, man.
Yeah, I see.
DMX.
That's how I feel about Voldemort. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I love that Drake and that DMX shit, bro.
But I will
I like
say
the way he walks. I like the way he talks.
His stupid haircut. Yeah, he
fucking dumb haircut. Nothing about bullshit.
No, facts. Yo, DMX, RIP to that nigga. Hey, he's another fucking legend, yo.
He said, hard to stay sucker free in a world full of lollipops. That shit threw me away, bro. but I'm just saying though, right? So when you look at, I'm not gonna lie, Drake had a major debut. You know, especially with the I've been up for 4 days, getting money both ways. He can rap. I'm not gonna lie, he can rap.
Did anybody hear the
Question
record?
is- what record?
The record that he did them on just
Utopia?
yeah, off the Utopia. It's the Meltdown.
He whispered in the song.
think
I
so.
turned that shit off.
Hold on. All right. So
He was
let's for the listeners out there.
He whispered, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like he's going into the trap world, and he's not a trap rapper for one. And then if you listen to his voice, for me, it sounds like he's trying to rap like Pusha T. No, like saying that he's definitively doing that. But if you listen to the way he sounds on this track, you can hear Pusha saying shit like that, like his verbiage.
Except Pusha T sounds menacing. Drake sounds like a little bitch.
Right? Yeah. Like I don't believe you, bro.
He said he melted down Pharrell's chains he bought from whatever.
Yeah.
How is that
like
fuck
the heritage shit. Like you had to buy the chains. You could say some shit like that if you stole the chains,
bro?
But you didn't.
Said,
like,
yeah, that's the thing.
He said he's lucky that he was suing him, or else he would have been to Paris shooting up the shit. You're Drake from Degrassi. You've never shot shit your whole life, my guy. This is the only thing I don't like about Drake, because I could say I understand why people like Drake, why he's a megastar and all that stuff. But when he goes in that I'm a shooter, I'm a killer type of dude, no, you could pay for that shit, but that's not you. And it's not the same like with Pusha T.
So I got a question with that. With you saying that, right? With you saying that right there, would you say to some degree that he's what Dame Dash has called many of these people a culture? Do you think?
For me, yes, but then people think that his black equates to him owning part of the culture, which I don't agree with.
Well, it's not even about being black or Hispanic. When we talk about the hip hop culture, right? We talk about the hip hop culture, right? Most of the people, and this is why I said I can't, like you said, I can't believe you, I can't believe you. Like I don't know where your background come from, but you come from money, and that's a fact. Okay, we know who your mom and your dad is. You come from money. That's like when 50 said, "John, nigga, you was knocking on niggas' doors with Jehovah's Witness Watchtower or some shit." Like nigga, you is not nothing. That's why you stick to. And then there's the whole controversy with may he rest in peace. The situation that happened with the Migos, where old boy lost his life. You know what I'm saying? They wrapped up Drake involved in that shit somehow. So I think, I think, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Drake is one of those that just has money, and that's where his influence is at.
100%. Drake's talent is that he knows how to feed his audience, which is the mass mainstream audience. He knows how to feed them perfectly. He knows when to use certain sounds, when to take certain flows, and that's what they want. Because people just want to eat shit all day. It's like McDonald's. McDonald's not the best burger ever, but people eat that shit every day. It's the same exact type of fucking analogy.
Right. And I'm not saying he's not nice. He can make music, but the stuff that he said on his music, I can't believe it, bro.
And he could do it where it's not like him when he's taking a shot at Pusha T, acting like he's gangster or some shit. Yeah, that looks stupid. If you're just rapping on a song with somebody who's kind of gangster or whatever, and you say some gangster shit, you can let it flow, right? But you're like going at someone who actually grew up in the streets to some degree, right? Pusha T maybe didn't push all that coke he talks about, but he was next to the dude who did, so that's why he tells his story. That's the difference. Whereas Drake grew up doing Degrassi. We saw this guy grew up in the wheelchair, bro. What are you talking about, sir?
Right. Well,
that's the thing that bothers me.
Doing blackface.
Well, my thing is too that bothers me about Drake is that I can't picture you in a fight, bro. If I can't picture you in a fight, like in a physical.
I think niggas sleep on Drizzy though. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, he trains now and stuff, but it's not the same as when you grow up fighting for your life and fighting for your block.
I think Pusha T will beat the shit out of Drake.
I do too. I think Pusha will probably get that nigga Drake the beats. But I also think too, like, and it's also what you said, like he didn't grow up in that street life. Not 100%. I don't believe that he did. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't think he did. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't give me that street nigga, like real street nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think that when Drake does it though, like he kind of is nice with it. But it's like you guys said, his bars is just not believable like that. Like niggas, no one thinks you're really gonna shoot up Paris, my nigga. Like no,
it sounds nice, but it's not.
It does. Right, like a nigga like Pusha T though, like, and if he was to say that shit, you kind of think like in your head, like, yo, would that nigga really gonna shoot up Paris?
And then here's another thing. You know what I mean? Here's another thing too, bro. I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but again, this is the C.P.E, so fuck how you feel about it, but this is the truth.
Can't please everybody. Let's go,
bro. You were baptized in a bar mitzvah, bro. We're not the same, bro. Like we're not the same. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this is not throwing shade on religious purpose for whatever, but at the end of the day, everybody knows you're from a synagogue, I'm from the gutter. Like you are not the same, bro. Like you have fucking family members that are lawyers and shit. Like you could say shit all you want, but you know damn well you ain't never clutching nothing. And he gets around by saying shit like, we got money, but we don't even have to carry the guns no more. Okay, but you never carried a gun before, and if you did,
you're not the one. You're not gonna do the shooting. You're gonna pay someone to do the shooting, if that. And even then, you wouldn't, because that'd be the dumbest shit you could ever do for your career.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like
that's why he got
You
Jay
know?
Prince
I
to
don't
come in
believe
there.
you.
Jay Prince to come in there like, listen, y'all gotta leave Drake alone. You know what I mean? That's my little nephew right there.
can you imagine, bro?
But that's what I'm saying. It goes back to what I said before with the money and the influence. It's like you got the money. I'm not saying that he's not connected. Of course, you're gonna be connected. But at the end of the day,
Mob ties, nigga.
Yeah.
He tell y'all all the time. Mob ties.
right. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can talk from your little crystal palace, but see, if I'm waiting to hear Pusha's response because Pusha's probably gonna just earth this nigga. Like we used to say back in the day, he about to earth this nigga.
I think
Yo,
Pusha could
man.
just do one diss for Jim Jones and Drake in the same one and just get it over with.
I was gonna say, yo, Pusha can't take 2 L's back to back now because they saying that Pusha didn't get come back Jim.
I don't agree with that L with Jim Jones because Jim Jones
Neither.
barely said anything. The only thing you can say is he didn't reply. If that's the way you call it now, that's fine. But
Yeah.
you know what the funny thing? Nobody cares about Jim Jones getting replied back to. Like, yeah, why did that happen? Nobody really cares.
I mean,
We don't-
some people did. Some people did. Some people were like, "Well, we're gonna see what Jim Jones has to say," because you know Jim Jones is a Harlem nigga. He's disrespectful, so of course he's gonna probably say
That's where he
something
wins.
back.
Him and Cameron
Yeah.
win like that. They make fun of you. You know,
Right,
they're not gonna bar
right.
you up.
Nah, facts.
But I can never picture.
But
I can
Cam
never
be having
picture
some
Drake.
bars though. We're not gonna do that. Some
No,
man-
but
Yeah,
Cameron's actually funny though. He's
yeah,
actually
he is funny too.
Right.
Now that nigga's
Right.
hilarious, yo. But you know what though?
What was that Nas
Huh?
diss he did over You Can Hate Me Now?
Oh
You
no,
were
fuck that.
to Nas. That shit was hilarious, you know. It
But
wasn't
see,
a
they
bar.
troll people. They troll people.
I
I don't
don't-
see Drake trolling.
Cameron's the original rap troll, bro.
Yeah, he
He's,
really is.
he's not gonna
He really
fight you. He's gonna
is.
troll you, bro. He's funny as hell.
And then when, you know, we talking about a guy that
Harlem
will come
people,
out with
bro.
we talking about a guy that'll come out with a pink chinchilla just to troll you with money. Like, nigga, I could do this. Nigga, like, who
And
you
the-
know doing
and the
this?
Escalade.
Like,
And the
and the pink
Escalade.
Escalade. Like,
And the
nigga,
pink
with
phone,
ball,
nigga.
bro.
And he had the flip phone.
Bro, he bought the Escalade through eBay. That's how funny this motherfucker is. And he said,
No,
that
you
was
know what's
funny.
crazy? I think that was the pink Boost mobile phone too. Like that's even crazier.
Probably was.
Like how yo, how you got the
It was a
pink,
razor.
the pink Boost, my nigga? Like yo, yeah, the razor,
Bro.
yo, nigga, like
He said,
yeah.
I got earrings, call them lemon heads.
Nah, I
Like,
fuck
you know
with
what I'm saying?
Cam
Could
though.
say that,
Cam my nigga though. I fuck
Look,
with him.
Cam to me is in the same category as 50, Mace, and damn, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. 50, Mace, Cameron, and ODB. These are trolls, my nigga. ODB
Yeah.
would troll the shit out of niggas, like
Some more than others, but yeah, for sure.
Nah, for
you know
sure.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they just goofy with it.
Yeah, no, yo, I think hanging out with ODB probably was a hell of a time, my nigga. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna hold you. Like that nigga just looked like he had all the best drugs. Like he knew where all the strip clubs was at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just, you know, and and you know what? Let me be sensitive because I think he did pass away from an overdose. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
Not
did.
just be disrespectful. Yeah, so but I mean, but just either way, though, like, you know, he just looked like he was a party animal. Like he was a fun time.
He was. He was
Like,
the
he
life
looks
of
like he
Wu.
was-
He was like
the
the
heart.
life, the
He was
blood,
the
of the
heart,
art,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Not facts.
Of the Wu. You know what I'm saying? This is the takeaway from the rest of the Wu-Tang Clan, but ODB was like, he was like, remember on the 5 Heartbeats when nigga was like, you need me, nigga. They don't come to see you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but with
I
Drake,
always said-
what killed it for me with Drake was when DMX said what I've always said, like, nigga, trash, garbage. Like, once he signed that, everybody was like, yo, DMX said you trash. Like, you know, this is DMX. Like, DMX is like one of the niggas that's an authority of rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, facts. Oh yeah, nigga. What? DMX, yeah. Like yo, he was so respected and by his peers and everything and loved, you know what I'm saying, by the world too. Like DMX is
but he
definitely
said the same thing we're saying. Like, you don't live that life. So we're
Yeah.
talking about a guy that lived that life, asking what does he think about Drake, and he's telling you Drake's not about that life. Like, I'll slap the shit out of that nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's when Drake started hitting the gym too. He's like, nah, chill. This nigga DMX gonna slap me. Let me get big.
First of all, a nigga with no mustache, and you can clearly see he shaves it. Is nobody that I would have taken serious.
That
Like,
nigga
I'm
said-
sorry, bro.
He said, hold on, DMX is coming for me, boy. Let me get my shit right. Because that's
How old is
got
Drake
that-
now? How old is he now?
Drake has got to be in his like 40s, right?
Right. So
Nah.
when he came out rapping, he was probably like in his early 20s.
Yeah, probably that.
There's no way.
Like, my dude looked like a straight creep.
Yeah. Nah, that's funny, yo.
Listen, Drake is a Dominican rapper. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah,
He's
that's a fact.
36. He's 36. He's not 40. He's 36, bro.
He's
Well, he about to be
oh,
40.
yeah. Also, we older
Yeah.
than him.
I think it was like, who would have thought? Okay, stick to that type of music. You know what I mean?
Shouting
When
you the
you
best.
got in the
Shouting
game,
you
you're
the
trying to help your
best.
mama. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Bro,
Best I ever had.
Who believes that Drake grew up talking "Shouty you the best" and the best I ever had? Like
Like,
he just takes people's accents and stuff and then uses it to make songs. He's like the first AI rapper.
I don't think no, that's not fair. We're not gonna do that because Drake, like every rapper has taken something from somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
no, no, but I'm saying that.
True.
No, but it's different.
But he stole a lot of
People
Soulja
learn
Boy
a way,
shit,
and like you
though.
learn styles. It's different. But when like you wouldn't start talking like a southern rapper just to make rap songs. You
Yeah,
would
and you're
rap
from Canada. You're from Canada, my guy. Like, stop it, bro. I'm not taking away. Shout out to Canada because I know shit gritty up there. Because y'all don't got no guns and knife crime is out of control. Don't get me wrong, but when I found out that Drake was from Canada, I was like, Canada. Like, that's what I was like, bro. You're Canadian.
Even the president.
Like, what the fuck y'all do in
Justin
Canada?
Trudeau.
What y'all do? Y'all have fight in the snow all the time? Like, what the fuck y'all do in Canada?
Yo, you stupid nigga.
Make
Nah,
sure I grew
chill,
up in
yo,
the
shout out to
streets of
Canada, and shout out to Canada, and shout out to my boy Link. I just dropped that interview. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all.
Bro, I got locked up for weed so many times they won't even let me in Canada. So Canada cannot be as bad as he says. Like,
Hey, nah, you got too much shit, my nigga. I don't know. Nah, Canada, yo, you stupid, nigga.
I'm keeping it real, bro. You come from a place where they still have provinces. Who the fuck uses provinces? Like,
This nigga, yo. Yo, but anyway, like I said, Pusha, you gotta respond, my nigga. You on the clock right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
You don't think so?
you don't think he's gonna respond, Daniel?
He's got to. It's gotta be another. It's gotta be another surgical summer, my nigga.
Pusha
Surgical summer
doesn't
part
need to.
2.
He could if he wants to. I don't think he needs to. Like, you
I
can't
don't
be
think
coming
he
in
needs to.
with 4 whack bars and said nothing and be like, any response. He said he melted down a train to get from Pharrell. How is that a diss?
But
I
see,
could
here's
have
the
shot
thing,
you in
though.
Paris.
I think because he mentioned Pharrell, I think because Pharrell's not
That's true.
a type of rapper like that. He's a music producer. He's done music, he's done clips and all of that. But because he mentioned Pharrell, I think Pusha would be like, you know what? You bringing niggas into this shit that ain't got nothing to do with this shit. I'm about to destroy you.
That's
Like,
you know what
I'm
it
saying?
is, and I think that this was the fucking bait for Pusha. I think Drake
That's
just
what I'm
took,
saying.
he threw out those 4 little bars real quick, my nigga, and then he was like, all right, let me see if this nigga responds now, and then he could go counter back. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this really give if Pusha responds with a full song, then Drake has to drop something to me. Like, we gotta really like, yo, y'all niggas, yo, listen, I'm all for hip hop beef if it's gonna stay on wax, my nigga, and I don't want to wait years, my nigga. Y'all love dropping Lucy's, my nigga. Drop these singles, my nigga. Like, yo, if y'all got some shit, all right, let me go into the stew real quick. Let me record, drop this shit. I need one of that these summers, my nigga. Pusha, you gotta respond to this nigga Jim too. Fuck that, my nigga. Yo, everybody you gotta respond to, Pusha. You cannot go out here like a chump, my nigga. You already know it's VA, right, my nigga? Like, what's up, my nigga? I heard y'all niggas is out there moving that white, you heard?
Oh, they wild. They wild.
Like, what's up,
They're
you
wild.
heard?
I think Pusha have a song, and then like in one verse, this is 8 bars for Drake and 8 bars for Jim. That's it. Don't do a whole song. You can't dedicate a whole song.
You don't think he should do a whole song? So he should do like a little skit and just leave us hanging like that?
Do a regular song, and then like in one verse, do 8 bars for Drake, 8 bars for Jim.
Oh, okay.
Because you don't need that much bars for Jim, and Drake only gave you like 2-4 bars. So give him 8 bars, double up, and that's it. And
No,
then that way,
you
go at it again.
I want him to flame him. I want him to flambe, fillet his ass.
Me too.
We all. I want him, bro.
My nigga,
And it's only,
go ahead, bro.
it's only because, like we said before, Pusha didn't respond after the last little diss. And it's like, like Daniel said, it just feels like you're just trying to, like how you said, you're trying to bait him in. And like Daniel said, it's like you're just trying to maintain some type of relevance. Like, you're picking at a beef that has already been cooked. Nigga, everybody knows you will cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got cooked. And it's like, I got to say something to try to like keep it going. But
listen, let that man cook, man, nigga. Like, for real, let that man cook. I think it's gonna be a dope ass fucking battle, my nigga. Like, if they really come back,
a battle.
No, I'm saying if they really go back and forth with some bars, my nigga. Like, cause now, like I said, you get because the only way, like you said, give him 8 bars, right? The only way Pusha could do something right now is if he where it only be 8 bars is he had to get featured on somebody's shit real quick, you know what I'm saying? And then that shit just drop. Other than that, if Pusha's gonna drop something, my nigga, and it's just a single nut, it's not gonna be no 8 bars, nigga. He's gonna give you at least fucking 32.
You're right. But it's just the whole vibe itself.
Yeah, and then I know Pusha's been waiting. I know he's been waiting.
I know,
for Drake.
But like Daniel said, I don't think he will respond, and it's because the way Drake is coming off is like a bitter ex-boyfriend. Like, like you're still talking about this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're still talking about this. Like, we broke up 3 years ago. Leave it alone already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and he did it. He did it on this guy's album, which is like the most anticipated album of the year. So it's just it's clickbait material for everybody. That's all it is, bro. You know?
No, but imagine
so I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm not saying I don't want it. I do want it, but if it doesn't come out, I won't be sad about it because I'm looking at it from the perspective that maybe maybe Pusha T is probably just laughing at this nigga right now. Like, damn, bro, you sound like a broken-hearted.
He's obsessed.
It's an obsession. That's why he was whispering.
Nah, facts though. Like all of these niggas, but yo, listen, I want all hip hop beef, my nigga. If it's gonna stay on wax, that's the only way I want it. I want
Yeah,
niggas
that's
to
true.
start.
Yeah, as long
I
as they
want
stick to
niggas
the
to start.
music.
This is what I really want. I want niggas to just start calling niggas out on tracks. Like, yo, what's up? You be talking about you this? Let's pop. You know, say what's popping.
But judging
Like,
by
I
what
need
you
niggas
just
to do
heard,
shit like that. Like that should be fire, my nigga. Like,
but judging by what you just heard, do you really think that Drake has said anything that is just like, oh no?
it's bait. No, it was right. It was some
No, not even
bars.
this
You know what I'm
one. The
saying?
last one too. On the last one too. You know what I'm saying? On the last one too. The one
Listen.
where where Pusha exposed them, like, nigga, you got a whole baby by a porn star. Like, nigga, what can you say to that? What can you say
I
to
mean,
that? Like,
Drake started the trend, my nigga. Look, Freddie Gibbs and all them niggas just dating porn stars. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, don't start that. Don't start that. Who Keith was doing shit in porn in the fucking 90s in fucking California?
K.I. is just
Don't start
controversial.
that.
K.I. is just
Don't give Drake
controversial.
don't say Drake started some shit that rappers did back in the 90s, bro. Don't do that.
nah,
Don't do that.
I know, nigga.
Shout
I'm
out
not,
Cool Keith.
no, but I'm not. But see, this is the crux. The crux was that nobody knew that shit. Nobody knew that shit.
Yeah.
What made it worse was that he kept it a secret, and then when it came out, his excuse was, "Oh, I try to keep my personal life private." Nigga, shut the fuck up. You know damn well you didn't want nobody knowing that shit at all.
Yo, he had that weak ass bar in Scorpion. He was like, "They said I kept my baby from the world. I was trying to get the world from my baby."
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, this guy is weak, bro.
That's what a nigga says.
You
That's what a nigga says when all of us are friends and we all smash the same bitch and that one nigga wifed her. That's what a nigga says.
You got caught with that fat chick and he had to lie. Like, nah, what are you talking about, man?
facts.
you took first of all, the fact that you smashed and splashed raw.
Yo, my nigga, yo, what you on, Drizzy? My nigga, yo, but now, I mean, listen, he's sure he made sure that she was good. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't got
Look,
nothing.
God bless him.
Because if I'm a fucking
Nah,
porn
yeah,
star, because if
You know
I'm
what
a fucking porn star, my nigga, I'm fucking her raw. Like,
why?
Like, I want to make sure she's like, cause like as long as she's straight, my nigga, she's good. Like, yeah, we going like that was like, why am I doing? Why am I doing
brought
that?
him into the mix. Since you brought him into the mix, supposedly there was another incident where some girl was trying to take his nut out of the garbage or some shit like that. Or
Oh yeah, the
like,
condom,
the
my
come
nigga.
on, bro. Come on, bro. I know if Pusha responds, he's about to destroy. He's about to straight Optimus Prime Autobots roll out on this thing. Like,
yo,
Bro, that Drake thing with the condom shit, that's a real thing. Cause the NBA, they tell their athletes when they fuck with girls to make sure they dispose of their shit like in the toilet, so the girls can't get it from the garbage and inseminate themselves to get pregnant. Because it's a thing that happens a lot.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck that. But Shorty gonna take
nasty.
if you're gonna smash Raw, you're gonna sign this waiver that says you're taking this Plan B right here, right
NBA,
now.
all that shit, yeah.
yeah, nah, for sure. Hell yeah, my nigga, like right now, we good for 48
And if you get
hours.
pregnant, you ain't getting shit from me.
Nah,
like
facts,
you signing
man.
all that shit.
Nah, because you know, like I just, it's fucked up that these women be trapping these guys like that, but they stupid to be doing this. I mean, it is what it is.
I think Drake. But see, this is what I'm saying though. So like the fact that you're probably gonna laugh, or you're probably gonna think my mind is twisted. I have a dark mentality, okay? I have a very dark humor. I could picture Drake making love to this bitch. Like,
yeah, nah, you think he got the candles lit and everything? Talking about, you know, I love you, my baby. Like,
bro, but there's also the part that Drake's music is hilarious because half of it is super lovey-dovey. The other half is like, I don't need a bitch. Nah. It's like
I can't take you serious.
You're fucking. You have a split personality because you just say what's cool. That's all you do.
I mean, but that's the thing though. Like, fuck it. Like, we all know that we be like, fuck bitches, my nigga, but you really love them. You know what I'm saying? And let me start saying bitches.
There's girls that I actually like, and then there's girls that just fuck. There's no in between.
I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit. He's world renowned. He makes decent music. I've bumped a lot of his shit. He got a couple hits. Got a lot of hits. Don't get me wrong, but to me, he's in the same category as Jennifer Lopez, and I'll say this why. Jennifer Lopez, shit at music. She's a hell of an actress.
She can't sing.
Right. When it comes to her music, it's just like, this club banger. If it hits, it hits. If it don't, it don't. She can't sing, but she's a hell of an actress. She could dance. She could choreograph. She's a hell of an actress. Drake, hell of an actor. Hell of an actor. Which is why I can't believe him in his rap shit, because I'm like, nigga, you're not like that. I know you're not like that. You get what I'm saying? This is not, if I wanted to put people like in that category, it would be like Jamie Foxx. I think Jamie Foxx would slap the shit out of a person. I can believe that. You know what I mean? I can't picture Drake slapping nobody. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't.
Said Jamie Foxx, yo.
No, because we talking about people who are from that background, and I don't know nothing about.
Nah, I know. It's just funny that you.
Jamie Foxx and LL Cool J fought on any given Sunday. Jamie Foxx throwing hands.
Nah, facts.
You know
Nah, Jamie don't give a fuck.
I've heard stories of LL Cool J when back in the day in Queens that he was, he was getting into fights. I've heard stories of Jay-Z and Nas getting into fights and 50. Everybody knows 50 was a fucking goon. You know what I'm saying? But nobody like, yeah, Drake back in the day, he used to hang niggas over the garbage can. Like nobody never says no shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard anybody say, yo, Drake got hands.
Like
Nah,
never.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Nah, yo. Y'all gotta chill, son. My son Drake, yo, he about to get at y'all niggas, yo.
He was beefing with Chris Brown. I was like, Chris Brown gonna beat the shit out of his ass. Like,
Yo, I think Chris Brown's the undefeated nigga ever, my nigga. Like he just skated on this nigga Usher face, my nigga. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like he out here, you know what I mean? Like that's just what it is, you know. So you know, what I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like he the
if I look at
champion.
Vin Diesel, right? If I look at Vin Diesel, yeah, he's a hell of an actor. He's not the best actor, but I could picture Vin Diesel getting into a fist fight with somebody. I can't picture fucking Drake getting into a fist fight with nobody. Who's gonna fight Drake? Who's gonna fight Drake? Like, who's gonna fight him? Like, stop playing, bro. And again,
his ex and the lawyers.
Because that's the thing about it too. Drake the type of nigga that probably be like, yo, we ain't gotta fight, bro. Like, no, bring it in, my nigga. Like, he the nigga that be like, nah, yo, we good, bro. Like, but then I think Drake will get it though. I'm not saying Drake pussy. I think Drake will get it with anybody. Like, if you try to come at him some type of way, he probably get it with you. Like,
I think
what's popping, what's shaking.
And I don't want to talk shit because I've never won all my fights, but
you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to win all your fights.
Right. But what I'm saying is, when I say this, I don't want to like, oh, that nigga like no, but I'm just saying, like, so with Drake, if he's with his girl, I don't think his girl will be like, no, babe, don't fight. I don't think his girl will do that. I think his girl will be like, okay, you gonna fight, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Drake chick definitely gonna hype him up, like, or it depends. I think she gonna hype him up, my nigga. She gonna be like, yo, come on, my nigga, you got this.
Just so she can record it.
Yeah, like, yo, she gonna be like, yo, you know who you are. Now she probably won't. Because she probably thinks sensible. You know what I'm saying? She be like, yo,
no, but
let's be logical, babe. We can't really get it. I think any woman who's with Drake, you know what I'm saying, is not gonna want, because that's the type of women that he's got to associate himself with. I don't think he associates himself with real ratchet bitches who are
be out there. The girl is that he with that let him come at Pusha T and didn't warn him is a goofy, because like if he played that, like, babe, what you think about it? She was like, I don't know, babe, like, I don't think you should. If she didn't say that, she said, yeah, babe, let that shit out. Fuck Pusha. She gotta hype him up, my nigga. Like, yo, fuck that nigga Pusha. You're Nah, I need my girl to tell me the truth. Like, babe, don't fight him. He gonna beat you up. I need my girl to be honest.
If your girl really fuck with you, she doesn't want you to get into an altercation that's not warranted and needed to happen.
Either that or because she knows you're gonna lose.
Yeah. The one or the other. Like, yeah.
Well, like, it's just not even all that. It's just the legal repercussions. That's the number one thing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why it's Drake's girls. Like, it's her place, you know what I'm saying? Not place, but like, this is like when a woman, you gotta really say that this is their place, you know what I'm saying? And they're the only ones that can do that for you, you know what I mean? When it comes to the fact that, like, when you're gonna do something stupid and she's the one that talks you out of it, like, I think that's their job. They're the ones that got to talk.
Yeah, she's supposed to. She's got to talk you out of doing stupid shit. But
Drake girl is gonna be on some like, yo, Drake, listen, you know who you are, my nigga. Like, yo, you ain't gonna throw all that away for this, you know what I mean? Like, so I think that I don't, because like I said, I don't think he.
But who's she protecting, him or herself?
Both. With Pipe, yeah.
Bro, this guy has like 10 security guards. He's not getting into no altercation ever, bro.
Nah.
No, but we're talking about this. This is what I'm trying to point out, right? There was an interview with 50 Cent where 50 Cent was talking about back in the day he had an issue with Jay, or people thought that he had an issue with Jay, and he went to approach Jay-Z, and supposedly this came out of 50's mouth. It's on interview, right?
Beyonce.
That Beyonce jumped in front of him and was like, you're not about to shit. And she
jumped out the window.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. I don't see Drake's girl doing that. And if she does do that, I think it's probably not because she loves him and she wants to protect him. It's because she's protecting herself. And she's going to be like, hold on, I'm not trying to be associated with him. Because I know he's going to lose.
We've never seen Drake with one girl, so there's no girl going to hold him down.
Yeah,
he's just there. Fuck, that's it.
No, I think he knows that too. I think he knows.
So Drake is not dumb. He knows what he does. He knows what he's doing all the
time. Right. So for all we know, like you said, this was just bait. Like this was just something to keep me relevant. Like, because what else do I got to say?
Oh yeah, he probably got something else to say, my nigga, because he already, like I said, he announced the other day on his concert that him and 21 Savage got some music coming out soon. You know what I'm saying? Well, he said both our albums are coming out, so I think it might be separate albums. You know what I'm saying? So we'll probably get those before the ending of this year. So we'll see what happens with that shit. You know, I'm definitely, like I said, I don't know, like. I just hope, like I said, Pusha you on the clock, my nigga. Like, so
21, can you do something for me?
21. Yo, that was my shit. Like 21.
Bro,
that's
that
my
beat
nigga
is fire. That beat's fire, and they're dancing on it. I'm like, bro, kill this fucking beat.
Nah, yeah.
Cause that beat's hard.
It is. It is.
That beat's hard. They're dancing on it. I hate these rappers, bro. Come
Nah,
on, man.
facts, yo. But what we gonna do about it? We can't really do much. Like,
It's
when we ask for certain shit from certain artists, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to do it because that's probably not where the bag is at. Like, when we got our rappers that do exactly what we like, and
that's
go
what I
to
pay
them for
attention
that.
to. Exactly, yeah.
Like,
But
that's
see,
what we
I'm saying.
got.
I don't see Drake in that light. Like I don't see him as a nigga going back and forth. Like I'm like, bro, nothing. Like if anything, you're gonna talk a bunch of industry shit, and niggas don't really care about industry shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna talk about, oh, I was broke and I'm rich now, or I got money and I don't now. Like,
In the last episode, I was talking how Drake is like the Disney of rap. You see what I'm saying, right? Like he's like corporate America. Like that's what he does. And he just does what he can do to make more money and just swallow this and take that and all this shit. That's just he's been built like this his whole life because he was a teenage star.
But listen, that's
also
that's a benefit to him though. Like if you're able to do all of these different things, my nigga, why you really mad at somebody? It's like somebody who's a rapper and then also want to be an actor, right? People will be like, but you gotta stay dedicated to one. Like, no, my nigga, I can do both. Why can I not do both?
I'm not mad at it, but I'm saying this is what I'm saying
is, right? You could do both, and that's why I use the J-Lo reference. You could do both, but imagine J-Lo coming out and trying to battle Cardi B. Bitch, you're not like nobody like.
Nah, but that's different though, because J-Lo has never been known for bars.
No, but she did a couple little hip hop. You know, she did
hip hop, but she ain't ever been. And those bars was
right.
But
what I'm saying is,
we already know J-Lo wrote none of that
rapping,
shit, my nigga.
Right?
Like,
just imagine if you heard J-Lo rapping, would you believe her?
Exactly.
Of course not. I mean, it would sound probably good. I'm not saying it won't sound good, but I'm like, really? This is what we do?
How do we know? It might sound good, but can you believe what she's saying?
Depends on what she's saying.
If she's saying shit like Drake, I got weapons on deck, don't need to hold them, get your shit shot.
Nah. We not believing. We not. Yo, can you imagine J-Lo just come out? Imagine if J-Lo come out.
I was in the Bronx 10 deep.
My nigga, she takes shots at Shakira, my nigga, with bars like that. Let's see whose hips really don't lie, bitch.
Shakira was singer
beef. You know what I'm saying? That's singer beef.
Nah, facts, yo, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Rap beef is from the culture. The culture is from the street.
But nigga, singer beef got singer beef too, though. Like, I mean, like singers got real beef too, though. Like,
yeah, they do, but they're not singing about killing each other when they see each other. Like,
that's what
they're talking about who they slept with and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But when you got Drake talking about bought the chain, melted it down, fuck the heritage.
I'll bring the calico to the Alamo. Your security?
Yo, it's Texas, my nigga.
I'd go listen to
Texas, nigga.
I'll go listen to 6ix9ine before I listen to Drake, my nigga. That's on everything. Like, I swear to God. Like,
you would go listen to who?
I'll go listen to 6ix9ine before I listen to Drake.
Oh, nah,
6ix9ine is more believable than Drake. I said what I said.
Yo, this nigga's crazy. Yo,
I gotta give it up though. I gotta give it up. He fought with like 3-4 niggas in the bathroom. When you heard of shit like that happening to Drake? Never. Never. You know what I'm saying? So
nah, that's facts.
I don't know. If they're gonna kick it to music and they're gonna talk, see, this is the thing, this is the problem that I have with Drake. Like I said before, Drake makes good music, but when he goes into the battle world and he starts talking about violence and shit like that, nigga, you're not about that. I really don't believe you. And I don't care if you got niggas that'll pay to do it and all of that, but you personally are not really like that in any form or fashion. You're a Hollywood star. You're not, we are not, it's not the same. It's not the same.
It's
like,
not the same.
It's not the same.
Nah, facts though. I mean, listen, like I said, it's just different worlds because of different characters also. Like, it's more about what they project out also, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just can just tell, like, you know, but it's just, it is what it is, you know? But I think, listen, enough shitting on Drake and Pusha. Like I said, you gotta respond. Let's get ready to go play for our, go for our first banger for the night, you know what I'm saying? Then we're gonna jump into our next topic after that, all right? So